So we got everything
and
ready?
record.
Yes.
I'm
So,
ready to go.
when we last left off, it was the night before the last day before the carnival. So, effectively, the end of 2 days before the carnival. You guys have been wandering around town, investigating different things, meeting lots of people, seeing different events, and so forth, coming up with the carnival, while the city rapidly continues to pack in more and more people, despite the already overdone crowds. The current atmosphere is charged a bit between the excitement for carnival and the upcoming deadline for this month's taxes for various factions, all of which are due on New Year's Eve or whatever the name of the name of it is, Hexensog or something like that. Forget what the Warhammer term is, which is the last day of the carnival itself. Until then, everybody's just upset about all the different things. So you guys have wandered around a few different places. It is currently evening of that day, and you guys are back at the Templar's Arms. The birds supposedly are supposed to be back tomorrow with messages if they made it and they sent a response and the birds didn't die and they didn't take breaks along the way or something like that. Bird messengers are notoriously unreliable, but you guys did send, I think it was 4 messages each.
Yeah, each. Yeah.
Just to make sure at least the message got there. So, in the meantime, I know you guys have debated a few times now, opening the box, opening the letter, debating one way or the other. There is no sign of whoever it was that was addressed to that you guys can find other than the boarded up building where the address leads you to.
I feel like we're missing something.
Before I get to
You just got
my
done.
message I sent you, Sean, then I will just flat out say to the group, I think it's folly that we continue to guard a box we have no idea what the contents are. I think there has to be a reason that the people we're supposed to be delivering it to are not able to be found, and since it was not specifically the church itself that had tasked us with this, but someone that could have forged messages and forged their knowledge, we need to open it, if for no other reason than to protect ourselves.
I don't disagree.
Then let's
Right.
get it open.
But
We're gonna wait for the birds. Should be back
Why?
tomorrow. Because then we may have a different name to deliver to. That's what we
Yes.
asked for in the letter. Is there
And
another
we're
person that should
also
be
asking permission from the church themselves.
yeah,
also.
yeah.
to open it as
I-
well?
And Matt knew
Does,
that, and I
is
thought my
this,
character did
does
it.
this seal have
But I don't
any
even want to wait.
significance?
Does what seal?
I
That
said we
seal?
open it.
Yeah, or is it
You
just
don't-
a
Yeah, I haven't wanted
You-
to
you
wait.
don't
yet,
know.
But they keep
Let's
talking
open
to me.
it.
They keep talking me into it. So
It might.
Are you going to be a little bit?
It seems official.
No, actually, because he doesn't believe it because nobody likes
He's got to leave it.
Sigmars in this.
yeah.
What?
He's got to leave it sometime.
And they don't
He's got to go to the
deserve to be
bathroom, get food.
Thus far, no. They've been specific. The two of them have been tag teaming the entire time.
I'll find a way.
Okay.
Oh, this is on my personal.
I don't care about that.
I looked
Now,
up
if you'd like,
other
I can-
important documents, not that.
I can
All
open
the
that
other
for you.
important Documents? There's quite a few.
I know.
I can open that for you if you'd like. Priest.
I guess you can keep the one that's, well,
I think he's
actually,
choosing to ignore you.
But he could be safe from any blame.
I promise you, if we don't listen, one more day, dude.
Okay.
One more day. Tomorrow morning, I will happily open this with you. All right? We can all be together.
Okay.
And with that, I sit on top of the chest for the rest of the night.
I'm trying to do my usual underworld contacts is what I've been doing.
Okay.
Trying to find jobs if I have to.
Okay.
Or we're using that approach to figure out what the heck happened to that building. The place we were supposed to deliver it to begin with.
Okay.
I don't know what happened to those people via the underworld contacts I can get.
Okay. Give me a gossip roll.
I'm going to spend the night praying to Auric and
Gossip. They should have.
Okay.
showing my religious Zeal.
Just in your room? Or are you heading back to the church? Or
I'll head back to the church. Yeah.
okay.
Gossip. Ha!
Yeah, you ask around a bit.
Okay.
It's like nobody trusts an elf.
Yeah. I can see where this is going.
Yeah, they don't seem to want to talk to you. Carter's here, or Ben's here.
I was
He
like,
can get in.
really?
Carter's
Somebody
here.
got kicked out of band.
So, you
Wow.
you know there is certainly a shadow underworld, as far as thieves guilds and so forth. You're not able to make any contact. You do hear some rumors and discussions that outsiders and elves shouldn't go poking around where they're not wanted. Otherwise, the man will come and get you.
The man.
The man.
All right.
Not her man. The man.
Gotcha.
What about his man?
Depending on the type of poking you're going to be doing.
That just doesn't sound right.
That is the point.
Okay.
You know how I know you're gay?
So, what? Anything else you guys want to do this evening? The pit fighter is off praying to Ulrich again. The rest of you are otherwise keeping an eye on the box. Checking the letter every so often, make sure it's still in your pocket and sealed.
2 for my first roll. Jesus.
That's how the game's going to start.
All right, I will.
Did I tell you I met a really fancy elf?
Nope.
The court bard, the minstrel, and
I know.
are you a wood elf or a high elf?
Wood, I think.
Yeah.
How do we tell the difference between?
Well, one's brown.
That's racist.
It's easy to tell the difference. I mean, come on now. I mean, how do you tell the difference between a human and a dwarf?
Beard.
Really?
It's
General ability to.
Wait, it's a beard?
General
What's
I mean,
It's
obviously,
alcohol.
I don't have a beard. He doesn't have a beard.
No,
he
it's all
doesn't have a beard.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it just makes sense. The dwarves have beards.
I have a beard.
You
Not
must be a
really.
dwarf then.
Not really.
Then you gotta be a dwarf, yeah. Every time you fall asleep,
They're
somebody
short
else cuts
humans.
more hair off
That's
you.
true. It's all nicked up and shit.
I don't know who keeps doing it to you.
Like some homeless guy trying to cut it with a piece of broken glass.
But you've never really adapted from being homeless.
Still got bugs.
You're the one doing it with the piece of glass because you. I mean, it's only been.
Nobody's ever shown me how to properly cut
I
my
mean,
beard.
it's only been about 2 months since you got out of the gutter.
That's so great.
It's been much longer than that, but
We're probably close to a year at this point. But yeah,
That is kind of convoluted. When you really think of how much time has passed. Wow.
Most adventures like this, you guys rock it up in the course of only a few weeks or a couple of months,
Yep.
and all the rest of the people are basically not changed.
Wow, he's the hero of the entire temple. How old is he? He's 19.
Yeah.
What?
He just came to town last week.
Right.
we made him the mayor.
He must have been so awesome.
Not really.
He's just the only one that survived everything.
That's right.
happened.
So, okay. So you guys otherwise just hanging out at the tavern for the evening?
I'm gonna try to pick pockets down at the state Coliseum.
Okay. No, there's not. There's only workers there right now.
Oh, stupid.
It's all just people set it up and so forth. All the shows don't start for another 2 days.
Gotta pick a pocket in a minute, Connor.
All right, then I
What
will not do that.
what
I thought there was already
information
shows going on.
do we need?
Yeah.
Like, do you need
Did you get the? Did you see the list of events?
like, research
I
information?
tried, but from my side's not good enough to see
I was
it.
gonna go to
Okay.
college, and I didn't know if you wanted
Your
me.
brain just
I
locked up. What information do I need?
Yeah.
I would like to know why the
Okay,
merchant
the stadium.
was considered a heretic and burned.
Okay.
I'd like to know that.
Okay.
I'd like to know their next of kin, if possible.
Yeah, I remember hearing you describe all of these.
And the potential
Yeah.
whereabouts
I mean, walking around town, you've determined there's
property owned
about
by
5 or so primary sections for the carnival that have different events going on,
Okay.
depending on what your
We determined
approach
last
would be or what
session
your
that
your
the
demeanor would be.
presidency.
For the
But they're
more
Wittgenstein's.
warrior oriented,
Correct, it's under a
obviously the
different name.
Coliseum is the place to be.
It's under the
Other people would be more interested in other areas.
And I know somebody had stated they were going to watch the
Goddard,
building
okay.
that
Well, maybe
we
there's
tried to
property
deliver
in
the box
Goddard.
to.
yeah.
See if there's any.
I don't remember who it was.
There,
but
there was
somebody-
discussion, and I thought Andy was, and I thought somebody else were like down there, and then they got distracted by other things.
It was George and I. We'd gone down there and there was no like place for us to set.
Yeah.
That was not
I'm gonna go with this.
obvious for us.
Right.
Yeah, for us.
I'll head-
the
Yeah.
After I
Chinese.
eat my dinner here,
Mhm.
I want to head back down to that area to wherever this building is.
Okay, that night.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend my night in the building itself,
Okay.
but I want to get into it. You know, sneak down to get into it. I don't want to just walk up, and walk straight in the front doors. I'm gonna sneak to where people don't see me enter the building. That's where I'm gonna watch it from.
Okay. So but you're going to be from inside. You want to go inside the building? Okay.
If it's abandoned, right?
Well, because it's boarded up, and witch hunters have been there burning everybody.
Right. That's fine.
Okay.
I want to
The
make
night
sure
of
I
burnings,
make sure I have an exit.
Okay.
That's upstairs or something like that. I don't care about.
No, there's a locksmith shop on the ground floor, and then it's a residence above it.
But none of it's occupied.
Correct. Place is burned up. There's signs from the witch hunters and so forth, saying it's a place of chaos.
I like the idea of it being a locksmith shop. At least there's a lot of tools I could probably get from that. So
Okay.
my idle time would be spent looking around the shop, and that's where I plan on staying. I'm
Okay.
not using any light.
Okay. So, what are you guys doing?
So Andy, do you have anything you want me to research?
Weirdos with your night vision.
Well,
I was
the-
thinking about taking a trip to the college.
okay. See if you can find the whereabouts of
Goddard?
yes. Whoa, his new last name.
Hoppenstein?
Well, that's right. There's supposed to be somebody here.
He's got a different name. 'Cause let's see, after the Laughing Jackass, Wallenstein
Okay.
is his new name.
Gotthard Wallenstein or just Wallenstein?
Goddard Wallenstein.
Okay.
He is the commissioner convener at this point. And Priest, we figured out where somebody was selling these evil necklaces, but
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah. We got the information from the ladies.
right.
it was just in the market. They said they didn't give a
Yeah.
specific location.
They give us a description of the guy, though.
Yeah.
didn't they?
Yeah.
So I'd say tomorrow morning we go find this dude and kill him
Or question him to find out why.
before we kill him. Sure.
Okay.
He's selling evil trinkets.
Well, depends on how much change he's got in his pocket.
We'll string him upside down. Whatever falls out.
Okay.
So, are you planning to go to the university tonight or in the morning?
Should we let the witch hunters know?
I don't want to talk to any of the witch hunters
Do
currently.
I know it's a
They're not getting
smaller
their
I know I don't want to be
here.
on
Do
their
they have
radar,
housing
but
there?
Right.
No,
wouldn't it be better for
no,
them
it's a college.
to go after
Yes.
him?
College
than us?
theological.
So would they go after
Yeah, I know
him?
it's
Or
a
would they
ma-
see you
it's-
with that?
It's more philosophy
Shining
type
down.
thing rather
Correct.
than magic. So I
Correct.
didn't know if
Yeah.
they had.
They have
People
they do
out
have
there.
housing and lodging and so forth for students and people of the
Feel
university.
like it's
You're not a member of this university, so you
Get
wouldn't
lucky
have
and pass
access
all
to any
their
of that.
revenue, for instance.
Okay, and since it's not part
If I
of the
walk in
Reichland,
and hand him this,
it
and
doesn't
I
own
found
fealty
this
owe fealty
on
to
a
the Altdorf colleges. So
aristocrat
although you have
girl.
the respect of the college
No go
as a
burger.
licensed mage, you don't have any access to rights and so
I mean, I
forth.
get it.
Now you might be able to access the library and the research materials and so forth
Think-
as a
Yeah,
think if
respected
we-
respected
think
member,
if we do some,
but they're not going
just
to
some
they're not
light
going to give you a room
investigation
as such.
of him.
Certainly not
Yeah,
during
I'm
carnival
totally
when
down
there
with
is
that.
no rooms.
Then if you want to go, be
Okay.
like, listen, the
I
guy
remember
down
some
there
information
selling
that-
these,
I
these
originally
trinkets.
asked
You ain't
the
even gotta show 'em the
college
trinket.
at
Be like,
Altdorf if that would
I
be
could
welcome
feel it.
and stuff like that. And they said,
You-
yeah, I would be
Yeah.
and stuff
Right.
like
Holy
that.
Ghost.
I arranged
Holy
things
Ghost
with
Sigmar, I can see the evil that's calling
You-
by that.
Right, you'd absolutely be welcome. Okay, they're not going to turn you away. They're not going to
Yeah,
be
well,
offensive
it's
to you or
not
anything.
even
But you're not a
us.
member of that
Yeah.
college.
He's not gonna
Therefore, you're on your own as far as lodging, food, and so
Well,
forth.
the-
Okay.
Okay, but you're certainly welcome to
they
use the
use
facilities.
wizards,
Okay.
I'm sure.
and he's a sanctioned wizard, so it's not like they're going to immediately suspect him of heresy.
Not him, but he's going to college. I was
Well,
saying,
yeah.
It's just you
So
and me,
you and I will go
yeah,
investigate.
they'll immediately suspect
Something
me of
about heresy in you.
I know. What's up with this?
No.
No. I'm actually defending you.
Okay.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out how to get the witch hunters involved to take care of the guy down in the market
I
instead
heard
of
heresy and he's a
And-
sanctioned wizard and everything. And I was like, what?
I said if he walks in with this in his hand and he goes, "Hey, I found a guy down there that's got this," they're gonna go, "Yeah, heretics. Let's burn you first, and then we'll go find the guy you bought it from." And I don't want that.
Yeah.
So
How about you just don't? This player to player, the second you walk into a witch hunter,
But
what
that-
time is it? What
building.
late time?
but he
Well,
walked.
8,
he
9
can
o'clock
walk
at this
in- he
point.
can walk
Okay,
into
never
it
mind
without
then.
the
Yeah,
problem
Probably
at
do
hand.
it at a later point.
the
Okay.
wards will trigger against chaos. I had a
Right.
single my character player to player
Yeah.
single corruption point, and all the wards started
His
triggering
corruption's
against
all
me.
gone.
Yeah.
He's doing
Yeah.
great. His shiny's gone.
Oh, it's
he's
good.
fine.
Sigmar.
He'll walk in and you won't hear the ding dong when
And
you
the
walk
very
in
loud
like it's a
buzz.
7-Eleven.
Burst into flames walking into that door.
Bing bong.
He's a Sigmar. He's fine.
Okay, so you head down to the locksmith shop, Matt.
Okay.
You find a back door that you're fairly easily able to force open and get inside.
Okay.
Inside, the place looks like it's been looted. Okay. There's not much of value. I mean, you search around, you find like little chisels and miscellaneous tools. Nothing of significance or value. The place looks like it's been abandoned for about a week or two.
Okay.
There's still food scraps on the table and in the cupboards and so forth. At this point, rotting and getting mold on them. It looks like whoever was here was pretty much interrupted in the middle of their day.
Yeah, can I ask a question then?
Sure.
I want to see if I can find any work ledgers that give dates as to when he took his last job, because I want to see if it was prior to us receiving the job to deliver this box.
No, there's no paperwork or records of any sort that you can find.
Okay.
Any of that would have presumably been taken to either as part of proof, investigated, and or burned.
All right. I want to make sure I check out the top floor as well,
Okay.
and then find a suitable place to sleep when that time does come.
Okay.
And then secure my top floor exit and first floor exit if necessary.
Okay. Give me a blind GM perception roll.
Perception. Survival, cool, investigation, track.
William, you are at the temple late into the evening. By sunset, most of the temple empties out. Most of the locals and everything go back to about their business. The travelers and tourists head out to party for the evening or back to their various taverns. There's only a small crowd of people that are still in the place. I don't know how late are you planning to stick around?
Late into the evening. Not in. I still would like to sleep,
Okay.
so just effectively until they kick me out.
They don't seem to be kicking anybody out.
Okay. Then
Yes.
till about.
I mean,
till
they'd probably tell you to leave if you like put a sleeping bag
Yeah.
down and laid down to sleep.
till-
But from a prayer standpoint, no, they're not kicking anybody out.
I'll pray till about 2:00 in the morning.
2 a.m. or so. Okay.
Then hit the boat.
Around about 10, 11-ish or so, a couple guys wander in. They look like soldiers of some sort, more of Ulrichian style as far as their gear and everything. They sit down and start praying, and pause for a moment. And say, "Who are you, and what are you doing here?"
Praying to Ulrich.
Ulrich, you don't look like you're from around here.
I'm from farther up north.
Up north? Where about?
from a tribe in the wasteland.
Okay. What tribe?
I
I don't know the
tribe of Millsgard.
The Nilfgaard tribe?
Millsgard.
Millsgard tribe. Interesting. Haven't heard of them before.
We were wiped out a while back.
You were wiped out.
Yes.
By what?
We had discovered. We had heard tale of a tribe of beastmen that had started inhabiting here, our tribe,
Uh-huh.
and so we set out to purge the beastmen, as all good Ulrich soldiers would do,
Of course.
and fighters. There were far more than we had thought, and they were more heavily armed than had planned.
Okay.
They decimated our tribe when we fought. I'm currently trying to work up the strength and gather enough people to fight back and get revenge for my tribe.
You've certainly come to the right place. Mindenheim is by far the better location. Those fools down in Altdorf would no doubt do nothing to help you.
Agreed.
So. Have you ever heard of the Sons of Ulrich?
I have.
You have? What have you heard?
That they are a order of knights that follow Ulrich. That's about all I've heard of them.
They chuckle a little bit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go so far as say knights. I mean, they're certainly honorable warriors. Knights is a bit fancy for them. But if you're interested, maybe you want to go to a meeting.
All right. I'll think about it.
Okay. Well, if you're interested, we got plenty of plans coming up with the carnival. We could always use somebody of your leanings.
Good to know.
Okay. I'm going to give you a address that looks like it is down in where is this? Down in Ostwald. Ostwald.
I've got to look at a map for that.
Okay.
Let's see.
They say stop by tomorrow afternoon, say 3 or 4 o'clock or so.
Okay. For the record, we still can't see anything for the districts in Mindenheim, so I don't know where that is.
Down here.
Oh, it's in Midheim? Midheim?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not in Washington.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have been here a few days at this point. You have a basic idea of the districts. Specific addresses, you don't know where to go. Ostwald is it would be East Wall, although I don't know why that's in the southwest, but
So it's not on the east wall? What the
no,
hell?
it's Ostwald. It's in the southwest.
Hey, William, can you pass me those other mice?
So-
With my
The map up there.
Is it? I doubt it.
Record.
It doesn't have a north south, so maybe it is upside down.
Nope.
I randomly picked 2 mice. And
Either way.
threw me in.
They say stop by sometime in the afternoon.
Understood.
We'll have a drink together.
All right.
And a short time later, they head out, leaving the temple.
Well, that's worrisome. I actually need to get my clipboard now.
That's it.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay. The rest of you, what are you doing for the evening? There's the 4 of you at the tavern at this point. Other than keeping an eye on the box and comparing notes and so forth as far as plans for the next day, or are you just gonna get some sleep?
What day is it
Do you
currently?
want me to go to the market?
The
tomorrow
day
with you
before
guys?
the day before the carnival.
So 2 days until
At least
Carnival.
that way I can
So it's the
sense-
same day we left
At least
off
that
on.
way I can sense
Okay.
if they are a spellcaster or a witch or some sort.
You can sense which exactly what which.
Which witch is witching you?
Figure out which of the mercantile people is the one with them, because you'll be able to see that the same way you saw the ones around their neck, right?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, probably a good start there. Yeah. Tonight, just hanging out. What are you doing?
I will spend some time gossiping. I want to find
Do you
out
want me?
if
I
there's
go
any
to like the
favored
military
warriors
section of
within-
town and see if I get any information from my
Now I'm pissed.
history.
He left the box, and
No,
I'm
it's,
not
it's
there.
on the table with Andy.
That's all right. It's left.
Okay.
with. I want to see if there's any favored warriors that
He's
might
gotta-
be fighting the
He's gonna
Minotaurs.
convince me the same way they convinced me not to.
World-renowned gladiators or something. that
Okay.
That's
Somebody might be able to go throw some. We might be able to go throw a few gold and make some money off of.
Okay.
So
Can do.
He's evil.
Sean-
You're corruptible. So
I
Wait,
I
who's
didn't
watching the
understand
box?
the
Evil.
I'm sorry?
I knew who the Sons of War were.
overnight.
I
I think
I
it's
had
me or it's me and
I had
quite a good
confused
person.
two of
overnight.
the
It's
different
Are you staying
So
in the room
okay.
too, or
Okay.
You
I
have
was-
some?
wait.
Well, I was going to be down at the bar,
On the measure of
I was
human
gonna be
scale,
down
I'm
with
quite a good person.
bullshitting, trying to find. Like I said, if there's
So
anybody
you're-
we can make some money off of.
Okay.
So are you hanging out in the
Scale,
room then with the
elephant
box,
scale,
or are
quite
you
a good
still
person.
down at the tavern?
Well,
He's in the
you
tavern
got
too.
The two of us working together to make money off from somebody tomorrow or tonight.
No. What I was going to do is go down to the bar and see if there's anybody who's like, oh, Hans, the world-renowned gladiator, is playing or is going to be in the pit tomorrow fighting the Minotaur. Might as well throw some cash on him and
Gotcha.
see if we can make some bank.
Okay. Well, then I'll stay with the box while you go down and do that
Okay.
kind of stuff.
All right.
Okay.
Box was with us in the bar.
I mean, we can do that too. I don't give a shit.
I'm
That's not
getting to the
bad.
point where I'm worried about this box out in public. Like someone's gonna see this box and they're gonna be like,
You've been carting it around for nearly a week.
I know.
It's certainly been visible to a lot of people.
Right.
I'd be more concerned about in secret because a lot of people seem to be aiming for it.
Right.
I don't know who a lot of
But
people
I-
are.
But I don't know. But I don't
You're
know.
not the only one.
Uh,
So are you at the tavern then with the box? And are you trying to gossip and gather information because you're not at that point specifically paying attention to the box?
Do you want me to stay in the room with the box? I don't have the gossip skills.
Yeah, I mean that's fine if you're willing to stay with it. Do you
Yeah.
trust him with the box? I trust him with the
I feel
box.
like the French guy that I will do it.
I,
I will be the one. I will stay
Yeah.
with the box.
I miss having Matt here.
missed opportunity to volunteer.
Instead of gossip, can we try to charm information out of people?
Not specifically. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what happened.
Charm,
You gotta
charm
leave
is more
this
of getting in
somewhere
good
else.
graces. What you're trying to do is get gossip and information.
Right, because
Missed
I'm already in the
opportunity.
good graces because I'm the coolest.
Sure.
Right.
You do have that box.
Yeah.
So,
Uh,
what are you doing for the evening, Ben?
Oh, it's the evening. It's not the morning.
No, it's evening
No,
at this
no.
point. The elf left sometime in the afternoon, hasn't been back. The pit fighter left in the late afternoon, hasn't been back. The other three are carefully watching this box in rotation, apparently. I watched the box. No, my turn to watch the box.
I'm more in the room with the box in the room, but not
Okay.
really paying attention to the box.
Okay, so you're in the room with the box, and it's just
Yeah.
sort of on a shelf while you're doing your own thing,
Yeah.
watching TV.
Yeah.
People are forgetting that box is like
It's
this.
it's a large box.
It's a big box, yeah.
There's a reason why it's not scratched on my back.
So, and
I-
the two of you are in the tavern. So, what are you doing?
I was wanting to possibly go to more military, like a military
That's the thing. If someone wants to sneak into the room and try
emplacement
to
or
take out the big box, I think I'll see it.
like the main
But-
military section of town and see if I get any information. And I also had a question for the settings. How do I bring down the size of the letters?
The size of the font.
Yes,
It's
font
in your
size.
settings. It's under font size.
I'm not laughing. I swear to God. I'm really
Under
not.
under core font size, you reduce that.
Wow, I was just
Right
above
there.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the group last time had spent most of the day, I think, over in the well-to-do section, which included the military quarter. There is that is where all the captains and generals and everything else are located. So you can certainly go back there, but they're probably not going to meet with you. I mean, if you want to go to one of the taverns and see if you can find somebody, you could.
I was just wanting to gossip with my history as a soldier, since I made basically
Okay.
officer.
If you want to just talk to anybody in the town watch, almost every tavern probably has one or two, and there's plenty of patrols on the street, maintaining the peace on the street.
I was just wanting to mainly use my history as a soldier to get more information from the.
Right.
Yeah, how would you
Right.
go about doing that?
Right. I'm giving you.
That's
I'm
for
giving you
folks who don't have
options.
roleplay books.
Where would you like to go in order to acquire that information? You just want to wander the streets? You want to find the first guard and buy him a drink? You want to go talk to a general?
What-
Or you just want to ponder your own memories and see what information you can remember?
He wants to go to the Queen's Blessing because that's where all old soldiers go. You know what I mean?
My character is 17. Okay.
What's a
I'll-
child?
I was wanting to go to whichever tavern the most of the town guard or
Okay.
soldiers hang
So
out in.
give me a roll, a gossip roll.
I somehow failed to do basic math on my character sheet.
That's 117.
Because
117.
that's scholarship.
Okay.
College isn't even now.
I'll write a strongly worded letter.
Okay.
Coming from that, I'm actually gonna, that'd be pretty strongly worded.
Yeah.
You find.
That's pretty, that's pretty.
I should probably close that.
I'm with that.
Okay. What'd you roll?
117.
117. Okay. You ask around town where do people typically go to get a good meal and a drink for the night, and get some information. And you are referred to a place called the Templars' Downfall, over in Ostor, which is this section over here.
I can't.
or
I can't
Tor?
see
Ostor.
that. I'm too zoomed out.
You're too zoned out.
I see it.
Okay. In that region there is a.
Is that one on the west as well?
That's on
East.
the east.
I was just curious if that east wall and also
No, that. I don't know what their logic is. Okay.
doesn't have to be that.
That is there's a popular place. Okay.
What I'm talking about.
A couple of people do comment that if you it's favored by it's a favored night spot, and they suggest politely that dressing up would not go unnoticed. But I mean, they don't say you wouldn't be permitted or anything like that.
Dressing up as in not.
Nicer clothing.
You need,
Okay.
Yeah, you need to be in.
Mm,
You look like a bum.
yes, I am aware.
Oh, we all do. Man, we all been in.
We've been
Well,
like,
no,
no,
They had the
no,
initial
no,
reference from
whatever.
Thad at the beginning of the campaign.
They're all bums. You know. You're humans, you're
Okay.
bums.
So,
Is that where you're planning to head tonight?
well,
I have to
I-
hang the white wolf on my
if
shoulder.
that's the case, that I will get noticed if I wear fancier clothes.
Talk about the beast.
Then
vodka
I'm
thing.
for today. I'm mainly gonna try and find some.
Well, it's evening already at this point. You guys spend most of the day doing other stuff. We're picking up
I
right
wasn't-
where it was.
I wasn't here.
Okay. Well, the group spent the day doing other things.
Okay, so
So.
what I'm mainly going to do today is try and find some decent clothes, not like
Right.
10
that-
gold
that-
for
that's what
a
I'm saying.
big
It's,
suit, but
it's at this point about 7 or 8 o'clock at night.
never
okay.
mind.
Now you have your retirement armor, which would be considered upper scale
Okay.
and nice. And given that this is a Middle Ages setting, going out in your fancy armor is not unheard of.
Okay.
If you're a soldier, military person, etc. If you're a peasant, then wearing some nice clothes would make sense. You'd feel out of place if you were wearing armor.
okay, if it's then 7 or 8, then I'll
Thank
go
you.
tomorrow morning. We'll go there tomorrow morning.
You're going to go to the nightclub in the morning?
Well, when?
It's a night club.
Oh, I thought you meant
There's a lot
as
of
in.
jousting.
I thought you meant
lights.
as in like actual nights.
No.
You know what? I'm not even gonna. You know what? Hey, that wasn't even a purposeful one. That's a good one, man.
That is a valid misunderstanding, yes. No, this is a evening club, tavern place, not a knights and soldiers club.
That was so good.
That one's worth writing down.
That's right.
I also do.
I wear my armor to the
Okay.
nightclub. So is that where you're planning to go this evening?
Sure.
Get dressed up, cleaned up, and then head out there?
I mean, I'll shine up my armor a bit and
Okay.
all that, and yeah, I'll
Okay.
go there.
You arrive, give or take, maybe 10 o'clock or so. There is a fairly large crowd of, you presume, primarily tourists in the area, standing outside, and fairly loud music going on inside. It's basically the Middle Ages equivalent of a nightclub.
I've never
And
been.
there are quite a few people, well dressed, obviously fashionable, etc.
Getting out of their coaches too.
Yeah, getting out of their coaches, standing in line, showing off, etc. Now, the actual building is right here.
Okay.
Okay. On your way, the other place you notice is another tavern, quite a bit smaller, right here, labeled the Singing Moon. That seems to be catering exclusively to elves. Okay. Much less popular since there's a lot fewer elves in town.
Yeah.
You get over to the Templar's Downfall. After waiting in line for a little bit, they let you in with no admission charge. People that are poorly dressed or more commonly dressed, they're charging a few brass for each. And you head in. It is packed with predominantly younger people, so really about your character's age. They don't have the necessary experience, and they're not high-ranking military officers at 17.
Yeah.
But going back to the previous conversation about how short-lived people tend to be, but there's plenty of people. What do you want to do?
Try and find some more military people.
Okay.
Like soldiers, guards, knights.
Okay.
That sort of stuff.
Okay. So you're just trying to find out some information about what's going on in a military sense?
Yeah, anything that they don't want the public to know about, per se.
Oh, any secrets?
Yeah, sort of.
Okay, give
Not-
me a gossip check.
Not necessarily pushing as that, but more of hinting. But, never, yeah, whatever.
Not
Gossip.
any high-ranking political secrets.
Oh, that's 94. Not open-ended, but still pretty good. 139.
139.
Oh, you figured me out.
Okay. You talk to a couple of people. One of them tells you that there has been an increase of activity in road wardens being hired for journeys to Marienburg, Ehrengrad, and a few of the northern coastal villages. Things have never really been perfect, but recently the roads are getting worse and worse by the month. More than twice this month, there was a shipment of Kislavite vodka that failed to arrive.
Oh, man.
So they've been sending road wardens and soldiers out along the roads.
Okay.
Okay?
Well, there you go. We gotta go investigate Marienburg.
I know we gotta investigate Marienburg.
A couple of the younger guys strike up a conversation with you, and they're apparently out looking for dates, and they share with you that if you're looking for a taste of the high life, rumor is it that Graf Boris wants to marry off his daughter as quickly as possible.
Taking the taste of the high life.
Okay?
And then trouble.
And
I have a question. You said he was looking for dates. Is that like the actual day of the month type dates? Or
No.
Is that, okay, that's.
no, they're looking
that's
for
the-
women.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the fruit dates.
No, no.
Nice, all three.
No, in this case, the
Okay.
soldiers are looking for women.
Do
We
you
got
see
nice
what the
gloves.
internet has done to people?
No.
We got
Would you and
nightclubs
I?
and
I don't
we
think
got
the
dates.
four of us would have ever made that mistake at that age. We'd have been like, dates. Oh, yeah.
No,
Okay,
these two are very sheltered.
Except for Wednesdays.
Except for Wednesdays. This is their exposure to the senior
Yeah.
side
Oh,
of
that's
life.
Yeah.
We're supposed to terrify them so they never want.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
You don't realize Val's been paying us on the side to scare you about life.
So.
They
is
also
there- Oh.
they also some others comment that the popular rumor is Baron Stefan is actually getting better. That mad doctor, they're not sure what he's feeding him, but whatever it is, it's working. It's
Yeah,
probably some recipe from down in Talia, some strange herb or whatever that actually seems to be working.
Yeah, pretty sure we heard about that from the way here.
Oh, you can confirm it?
I think so.
Excellent. They run off, start telling some other people.
Point at you.
Okay. For throughout the evening, you end up spending. Let's see.
Money goal.
No, you end up spending. We'll say 3 shillings. The most popular one is a drink known as the Hush Puppy, which you try once after being dared by several of the other youths there. The best you can determine it, according to the bartender, it's comprised from innumerable alcoholic ingredients infused into the stomach cavity of supposedly a once vicious, now eviscerated small dog.
Do you want me
They
to
mix
make
it up and pour it into a glass for you.
Do you want me to make it consume alcohol?
No.
Chihuahua.
I'm very good in it.
Chihuahua alcohol.
After that experience, you switch to the What Vow of Chastity drink, which is a much more tame, very simple one. Okay, like I said, you end up spending about 3 shillings, and then make a consume alcohol roll.
Okay.
We never use that skill. We've never.
I have to put stuff into it, which I actually
Okay.
have a decent.
Yeah, well, you're there consuming alcohol.
That's because you drink it from a dog's belly.
Yeah.
No, it's
that's
not
a-
drunk from the dog's belly.
I'm
It's
going to use
fermented
a
in the
fake
dog's
fortune
belly.
point
Oh,
because
come on. You're getting
I rolled a 1.
so.
I don't want
Go,
to.
go with it.
What's up?
I don't want to lose all my possessions.
What do you have with you?
His ceremonial
Yeah.
armor,
So what?
his trophy from his military service
Okay,
of 2
that's
months.
good.
Gotta get that Chihuahua
Hey,
whiskey.
he slayed those 3 trolls all by himself.
131. 131.
He
That
did.
river monster
That was
didn't have a chance.
that was the story. 131. You say okay.
Yeah.
So you manage to drink heavily, but leave fairly sober, and stagger back to the other tavern late in the evening or early in the morning, depending on your perspective.
I'd be trying to come up with some sort of a plan to, you know.
Meanwhile, the two of you are trying to figure out information regarding specifically around the pit fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Give me a gossip check.
144.
And 111.
111. Okay. You guys find apparently the first 2 slots for the Minotaur fight out of the 3 have been secured. There's a fee and a reservation effectively you have to make in order to schedule the fight. The first one has been booked by a dwarf by the name of Glugnur. The second one is booked by a man by the name of Alfred von Hintz, supposedly an impoverished, a nobleman from Altdorf that has come to the area to try to gain some fame and fortune.
Does anybody know anything about the credentials of either one of them beyond that?
They don't have a whole lot of faith in Alfred, given that he's a nobleman.
Mm-hmm.
They don't, although they tend to have a lot of good training and good gear in this sort of a fight. They don't have a whole lot of confidence. Now the odds on him are said to be 3 to 1.
Okay.
In the case of Glugnor, he is a. Let's see what is his state. He is a troll slayer. Naturally, some better odds on him.
Yeah.
Currently 2-1 for him.
Only because they do double damage or triple or quadruple damage.
Yes.
I needed to build up that.
Now, we heard about another person that was going to be fighting. Is that right? They're
There's a third.
Priesty?
There's a third slot.
right.
There's a third slot that's
Right.
unfilled.
Correct. There was some talk of a soldier, apparently, a retired soldier filling the third slot. It's gotten around. They're not sure who or whether they've actually signed up, though.
We're not sure, but that sure looks like his signature. That's all I'm trying to say.
Stop! I like this character.
Hey, here's like 3 trolls. One Minotaur will
You
be
don't
that
die
big
in
a deal.
these fights. Nobody dies in these fights.
Yeah, I just get broken arm, so I can't use my shield
Anyways.
for a week.
You gotta leave a shield for a week.
Alright, so the third one's open. Gotcha.
Don't worry, I don't know how to read that.
Yeah, me either.
Me neither. So I can't even sign
If
it.
I did, I would definitely sign it.
The other thing, when you're asking about combats and so forth, the other big event that people are talking about is the events at the Square of Marshals.
Square of Marshals.
Yes.
What is that?
That is, well, they share a brochure with you, as is a common with all these different events.
Ice Dance Championship. Totally got this.
I'm sorry, you read what again?
Nothing.
They say if you're interested in the martial arts
Ooh, archery.
from a combat from a sword fighting skill rather than like kung fu, they say there's always a good show put on at the Square of Marshals.
Challenge to the God's champion.
Graphs.
Yeah, same thing.
Are these any of these open for entry?
We do have an elf, and elves are amazing at archery.
Oh,
They are.
Who
I
said Ice Dance Championship?
I did.
Oh, my God, yes.
Right?
Let's do that.
Right? I know.
Well, you saw them setting up the ice
So
rink.
who's gonna wear
there's
the
only,
leotard?
There's only Kistovites.
Who wears the skirt? Who wears the
Who are
leotard between the
always
two
on
of
the
these?
ice.
Triple Lutz, baby.
Doing
Triple
it.
Lutz.
Well, he's an elf.
The triple Lutz.
He's a,
Our group's called the Triple Putts.
What? All right.
But the challenge is to Graph's champion. It looks like there's multiple.
Every day.
Multiple
every
opportunities. According to them, it's actually a one-on-one fight with the King's champion, and the victor becomes the court champion. Okay. Now the way it's described, there's a prize if you win the champion. The people you talk to, the prize varies wildly based on what it is. Most of them comment it's mainly a honorable thing. A couple of people comment there's talk that the current champion is looking to retire. And in order to retire, he needs to lose the battle. But the last fight in the week is the one that actually determines who takes over the position. And effectively every year when they have this festival, the Graph's champion competes with whoever wants to pay the entrance fee. And if successful, they're the new champion. The current champion has successfully defended it for, I want to say, 10 years.
Are they taking bets on that?
No, there's
I'm sure you can find people you can place.
yeah, there's always somebody you can bet on. They're not taking bets, and officially there are no bets for it. But if you wish to bet on it, you certainly can.
If we wish to participate.
If you want to participate, there is a 3 gold entrance fee.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
You could do it.
And then choose the day.
You choose when it is. Yes. You, challengers are required to pay an entrance fee of 3 gold before the combat, and sign a document never to take up arms against the Todbringer family, their servants or subjects, and undertaking, if successful, to serve the Graph as his champion until defeated in combat.
So return back for this, or stay with the Toddbringers from then on?
Stay with the Toddbringers from then on.
as
You
a
become the official family champion to defend the Toddbringers in all matters.
There's some money there.
Okay.
Okay.
It supposedly is considered more honorable combat than at the Coliseum. No magic is allowed.
I'm out.
The only armor allowed is a sleeved mail coat, a mail coif, and a helmet.
I'm out.
The parties decide on the weapons. They can either be one-handed weapon and shield, or two-handed weapons.
Two pistols kind of.
I might be back in.
Weapon?
Hand-to-hand weapons only.
No wonder.
Both combatants use the same type of weapon.
Okay.
Swords and quarterstaffs are fairly typical. Okay. If you can't agree on the choice of weapons, then a senior member of the city council chooses, typically based on what the champion itself wants.
Yeah.
Okay.
How funny would it be?
Combat is not to the death. You're required to pull your blows, which means you don't do any criticals. You're defeated when you are reduced to 0. And if any blow is struck in anger or with the intent to actually injure, then you're immediately disqualified, and people are typically arrested and tossed in prison for a lengthy stay.
I don't see an upside to this at all.
Are the weapons,
I mean, if I wanted to retire my character, I think I might.
when you choose a weapon, and if it's agreed upon, is it your own weapon or is it?
They provide weapons.
Okay.
They provide weapons. They provide armor. So everything's straightforward. It's pure skill.
If
Okay.
only I had a better two-handed weapon
And if
skill,
you-
then I'd be up for it.
If you lose the fight, then you're prohibited by law from trying again for 2 years.
I think
Is there a participant banquet of any sort?
No.
So there is no honor won unless you win.
Correct. Absolutely.
But you get to fight in front of the Goths.
You get to fight in front of the crowd. A lot of times the graph is certainly there. A lot of the members of the court attend many of these events.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously they don't know which one he's going to be at.
Gotcha.
You get your name inscribed on a Champions Cup. You get a prize ranging from a few gold to a couple hundred gold, depending on who you're talking to, etc. There's apparently 8 combats scheduled throughout the week.
My focus is to try to narrow down exactly what the prize is
Okay.
later throughout the rest of the time.
Well,
Anytime
you'd
we-
probably have to go to the Square of Marshals and actually
Yeah.
talk with the people there
Yeah,
to
do
get
it.
anything definitive.
Because a couple hundred gold.
So are you planning to do it?
Yeah, but a couple hundred if you win, and then you're stuck here.
Yeah, that's not a bad place.
Well, just don't win the last fight, because that's the one that was about it, correct? He only.
No, the last fight he loses.
Oh, okay.
Right, he keeps fighting throughout the whole week. and
Right.
keeps
He is the
winning.
champion for the
Yeah.
week. If he loses, the last one he loses becomes the new champion. He has not lost in 10 years.
Okay. I know I'm probably not good at quarters. Not good at quarterstaffs.
Okay.
Was
You're just like-
was quarterstaff melee based?
Pole arm.
It's polearm.
Polearm?
Yeah.
Well,
I've been working on
as a
polearm.
champion, skill-wise, training-wise, he's going to have all the weapon skills.
Right, right.
You're
There's
not
nothing
really
I-
good.
you're
You're not
not
really
gonna
going to get an
choose.
advantage one way or the other
Right,
there.
It's gonna be dice rolls.
It's going to come down to dice rolls and how good you are with that weapon.
Right. Yeah.
At this point, he would be the equivalent of like a
If
pit
it's
champion.
one-handed
Or a
and
pit legend.
shield,
No.
I want to do
I-
it.
No,
I
a
could
do it.
a
Become the
judge's
champion.
champion.
if,
Yeah.
Oh.
if
Judicial
He-
champion.
Yeah, judicial champion. He's the guy that the rich people pick to fight their battle
For them.
because they have the money in the fights to the death type stuff. Because if he wins, whoever the noble is gets off for free and they can do whatever they want.
If he dies,
If he dies, he dies and the nobleman gets punished or gets killed. But they have enough confidence in them that they don't lose.
He's the mountain.
In the previous versions
Yes.
of the Warhammer game, this was the most badass like fighting character in the entire game. There was nothing close.
Yeah, I think they're the only ones that got like 3 attacks or something.
And they got a plus 40 ballistic and weapon skill. Like as their advancements, they could get 40, which I know means nothing
Now,
to anybody here.
he's getting on in his age. Like I said, he's looking to retire.
That just means he's more experienced.
Yeah, I mean he's current champion is the name Dieter Schmiedehammer.
Yeah, Dieter. That's his name.
Dieter.
I would do it, but I don't.
Dieter
want
Schmiedehammer.
And you said it's not to the death?
It is not to the death.
So that I'm seeing that there's a water polo tournament. I have to ask: there's enough people that know how to swim, or is this a drowning tournament?
Is there a water polo? There is a water.
There is.
Okay.
Sailors that get stranded here.
Yes, that is on the last day or the second to last day on Angustag, after the ice rink has melted. Okay, it melts overnight, which assists in the production of the pool for the water polo tournament the next day, where a particularly violent
Oh my God, I
and
thought
skilled
you were joking.
group of Marienburger Marines is known to win the event frequently.
Well, yeah.
Okay, I mean Marienburg is a coastal port. They're all fairly
Swimmers,
tough
yeah.
and swimmers. So yeah, they tend to be the winners of the water polo event.
Nice.
Also, exhibition of heraldic arts
Okay,
is that what it sounds like?
exhibition of heraldic arts. The Midland College of Heralds is a exclusive club responsible for keeping track of all arms and badges belonging to the noble houses, etc. Sponsored by the Palace and Midland's major families, it's an exhibition showing off the skill that the college's specialist artists, called the limners, while giving the lower classes a chance to become acquainted with the flags and symbols of their betters. Basically, it's a show off of all the flags and all the heraldry and everything for the different houses.
Yeah, we see
Okay,
enough
it's
now.
not what I thought it was.
Yeah, a lot of it's represented at the bottom of the map, but it's basically a parade of
Yeah,
all the
really.
noble people showing off their colors.
Yeah, but I don't know if he allowed me to get all my XP back or not.
Probably not. That's not a retirable get all your XP back thing.
Yeah.
No, you just
You lose your
Yeah, I don't believe your long-term goal was become the judicial champion of Middenheim.
There's a
That is
family.
where you're wrong.
There's a
Well.
family called.
Ben just goes, oh
I've
really?
been waiting for 8 months.
If that was for the last few weeks, go for it. I'll grant that.
I'm never going to get my short-term goal. So hey,
Short-term goal you should be able to. If not, change your short-term goal.
I have to,
Okay.
because somebody will not leave the stupid box alone.
Okay. If it's the whole point of the long-term goal is if you ever achieve it, you come in with a brand new character with all the experience.
Right.
You want to open the box? That's your short term.
Yeah,
Well, here's the thing. One more day
And it's
when
open,
the
right?
when the
He's
person-
never getting it.
I've had the short-term goal since we got the box.
Right.
Yeah.
But some dummies will not get off the box.
Right. Well, you told us about the purple hand, and we know about the purple hand, so or I do. So I mean,
What you gotta do?
Yeah, I should have thought that over.
yeah. If you hadn't told me,
You gotta get.
How
Some
do I know about
berries.
purple hand?
No.
Cover your hand.
Where's the purple hand involved in this?
at the,
The
when we
whole-
first loaded
Yeah,
the
when
box,
we first loaded
he
the box
told-
at Altdorf.
yeah, they were there watching. They had purple hair, purple coat,
Fuck, I didn't realize
purple
that.
hand. Yeah.
Don't you remember the whole letter about how you owed 20,000 gold and paid the bid?
You got the letter.
Why do you think I have
I
refused?
totally fucking forgot.
That's why I have refused to let the box out of yours or mine sight.
There's a family called Hellstein that has a skeleton, a key, and a shield.
Yes, I love it.
There's a Thuggenheim.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like they should be cruising down the street with spinners and
We're the Thuggenheims.
Jeez.
Okay,
That's right. You got
Connect you some
Carlsberg.
dots?
It looks like Carl's
Right.
It's just a Carl's, it's a big smiley head.
this box isn't heavy enough to hold 20,000 gold.
No,
crowns.
absolutely not.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm about to say that's like
Well,
fucking 500-600
No.
pounds.
it was
probably.
a letter we got in Altdorf for some sort of place that was addressed to you.
When you had a different.
and it going to here.
Okay.
So
But that, yeah, well, to the
I
other
keep-
guy, the other persona.
If you guys
Maybe.
really want me to, I could try to
No.
You're one to say.
Yeah, the box, the
According
crate,
to the hand I
the
have.
crate weighs on the order of 10 to 15 pounds.
I mean,
I have one.
if you sit on one
Yeah.
table, that way you
It's
can
empty.
get
It's a fucking
you
heavy
can get
box.
the retirement.
It's
home,
empty.
you can get that.
Become
The head weighs 8 pounds, dude.
Might make a legend for myself.
Yeah.
It's not empty. You can hear it rattle around when you
Yeah.
move it.
3x3 box that only weighs 15
That-
pounds. It's like this thin.
Becoming a champion could easily make you a legend.
I just said it. So
Okay, so
that is not day with.
So good for tonight, I think.
okay,
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got what I wanted. I'm gonna go to bed
okay.
with my hand in the box. I'm not in it, but just spooning it.
He opens the box while you're gone.
Nobody heard it, did they? Nobody heard it.
What do you say?
But me! Every time. What is with that?
What'd you say?
God!
What did you say?
I'm not. You know what?
George is just going to show up to the game one time with a purple glove on.
this wasn't an evil comment, but it was a Thad-worthy comment that he just made. But usually it's some evil comment that nobody hears. And I mean, like, straight up murder people,
He's
like
not
evil
evil.
Well,
comments.
see, that's the thing, though. The last 2 game sessions while you were away, he was making the same, and we were catching it. We were listening, and we were like, "Damn, dude!"
Because you didn't have Matt to interfere.
Yeah.
So, let me see the letters that you had sent them. The two, yeah. And I had given them back by the last time or the time before.
That I had sent out to the.
Yeah.
Did I actually write one out?
Yeah, you had written 2 out. That's what I thought. And which one did you send to which? Okay, the one to High Priest was going to the High Priest of Sigmar. Okay. I didn't know. Maybe the birds got confused. Birds went to the wrong place.
Could happen.
The person put a little note on the bird, put it on the wrong bird.
Some peasants eating a pigeon. What's this? I
Ah.
can't read it anyway. It's frozen.
Oh crap! This pigeon's got paper on it again.
Meal after meal.
It's like a fortune
Oh,
cookie.
you answered
That's horrific.
Oh, that's dark.
Okay.
I like the trying to let your evil secrets out. I gotta let everybody know just how bad you are.
What?
I'm gonna find a purple.
It's a strange symbol.
I think you guys should all be worried that
Did you
you
just
know,
open it?
of all the
Nope,
characters in the
not
group,
open.
I'm like, you know, I totally get you. You're all right.
It's not open.
The rest of the group, I'm like, no, you're suspicious. Just because
There we go. I finally have one.
you should have snatched it out of his hand and opened it. God, why can't I be
Did
there?
you see the symbol in there? It's like a face.
All you need to do is give it to one of the NPCs.
What?
I'll take care of it.
Or give it to me.
Why are you opening it?
He's not.
It's not open.
He's only tampering with
Okay.
it.
I will tamper with it for you.
I finally have it.
See, this is where you need characters like me and him at all times.
And get
Yeah,
a
you keep
job
me straight.
at the
You keep me on the
basement
straight and
tax
narrow.
board.
You're a
Yeah,
great
that
example of what I don't want to do with this character.
Yeah, he's already been through
This
it.
is the first
Hey,
time I've actually.
I damn near. I honestly thought I was dead. Keith. I basically sacrificed my life to save some old man because you were worried about your soul,
mean,
leaving him
if you
behind.
I appreciate
I'm
that.
enough
And Sigmar does too. You're fine.
What are you doing?
Really, I would have felt bad if we got back and the village owner was behind us.
It's a bird's wings.
Oh yeah, it is. Isn't it? No, it's a skull with wings.
I'll be honest, I was gonna go around the corner and shoot the guy.
I was
while
looking
he
at this, but I
engaged,
couldn't
just to
figure out
put him
what
in
the
his
I thought it was a face.
Originally, that was my
I can
original
see
thought.
it.
Okay, so following morning, you guys were all waking up at the tavern, having returned there, except for Matt. When you guys get up, there's still no sign of the elf.
Oh man, I need to tell the elf I found a cool town
Early in the
to
morning,
visit.
you guys are having some breakfast. A runner comes in looking for Frederick and hands you off this note.
Oh no.
I'll read it for you.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
What's the tag?
It says coordinated with the Grand Theogenist.
He just
So we-
left.
No, he did.
Yes, he did.
That was what was going south. Remember? That he
Yep,
just
we
stepped
I
out
thought
of
he came back.
No,
No,
he
we
went
passed him
south.
all the way here.
It's like he's like at Altdorf at this point.
Yeah. He's at least halfway there.
Back to Altor.
You specifically like paid respects to the caravan as it
Yeah.
went by.
Alright, I'm going to use my cultist lore,
Okay.
and I'm going to see if I can see what this symbol is.
Give me a blind GM roll.
Could I do a lore check?
It's see through.
Sure.
Where did you go,
I
man?
would like to first do my lore magic.
Okay.
I want to use.
Roll
I want to use several
D100.
lores.
You want to roll several lures?
Nice try, douche nozzle.
Tell me, man. I should have pickpocketed your ass a long time ago. I have that talent that allows me to pickpocket without, as long as you're not suspecting me, I can
I'm sorry,
pickpocket. You'll
that
get a
was
chance to see
private.
it. Well, not
sorry.
a big, good
Yeah.
You want me to roll it?
It's called fast
I
hands.
rolled it.
He
Towards you
just
and me
suddenly,
seeing it.
the note just suddenly disappears from this position.
Well, I'd put it back after I open it.
So many dice.
Open it, reseal it.
And then I wanted to do my lore warfare to
Just
see if
open
it's
it,
like
make him think he opened it.
a war. Like
Just
a
can't
war
open it.
faction,
It's my body.
Okay.
Like military.
And they give Dad a bunch of alcohol and make him tell him that he actually
He
opened
got a
the
bottle
letter.
of alcohol.
I had a
from
plus
someone,
10 to that, and the other one.
Okay.
Curry.
And then I want to use my language. Well,
A little torque to it.
and then I want to do my lore a medicine to see if it's a medicine.
Sleight of hand is a trained only skill.
Can I see?
He's got the mirror out with the candle. How is that any better than opening it? You faithless
I don't
dog.
have a flashlight. If you want to get a lighter and hold it up from underneath, I'm fine with that.
We got a lighter?
Faithless dog.
We got some up here.
Come on.
Down.
Listen, we got our response. Let's open
You
it.
definitely don't have electronic flashlights
Well,
that you can look down in it.
I have cataracts, man. Give me a break. I'm having a hard time seeing.
You're in the Middle Ages. Everybody has cataracts.
Actually, very few people probably did.
Well, that's because
Because
they're dead.
Because of the diets and the age.
So first
Or you
thing,
could just open it.
I got lore.
And they have been saying that for 7 days. We probably should just
Okay,
open it.
so let's see. We had several rolls
How about
here.
this?
He rolled a bunch of stuff on.
Let's go do some research, find out what this symbol is.
What is the possibility of a spell
that.
being contained within a seal?
With a spell being contained? I don't know. How much magic do you know?
I don't know.
Very possible.
I can touch it.
In
right
my
now.
mind, it is.
It is absolutely very possible. It could, I mean, that could be cursed.
Sweet. Open it. He's the hey,
Do you know what this symbol is?
he's a priest.
Do I?
No.
Okay, I roll.
With the relevant skills that you guys have used, none of you are familiar with that symbol.
Oh, let me see it.
You're not here.
Figure out where this is. What this is?
What?
If I am
I
not
can
there
try
when
to
everything
figure it
gets
out, yeah.
opened, I'm going to be heartbroken.
I don't even know.
Well, I'm
what
assuming
you
you're
went.
heading back to the tavern in the morning.
Yes.
Okay. Nothing occurred at overnight at the place. You didn't find anything of value. Like I said, the place looks like it's been thoroughly ransacked.
The only thing I care about is in the bright and early morning. Since I'm there, I want to see who's out, and I want to try to talk to people and say, "Listen, I'd really like to know what happened here."
Okay.
Because usually the
Give me a
early
charm
morning-
test.
You get the most genuine people.
Can you show me the symbol? Like you
The
don't
people
have
who
the back
truly just trying to live.
I never actually really saw the symbol. I saw a blob.
I can't roll for anything today.
It's a
Get
skull
your knife out. Turn
with
them.
wings.
Tell me what you
It
know.
almost looks like an Inquisition.
Charm is a
Symbol.
Well, it has a crown at the
Actual
top.
skill.
so-
Yeah.
74.
74. Okay. Yeah, you talk very politely to a handful of different people, all of which seem to be either rude, inconsiderate, or in a rush because they all sort of walk by as if they didn't even hear you.
Okay. I remember you describing that in the comments to him.
Yep.
Yeah. Now that I understand that, yeah.
No.
My character, at least Matt, hadn't experienced it yet. So.
Understood.
All right.
You.
Yeah.
Andy.
Get back to you.
Meet me in the room.
Okay.
Okay.
In the room.
First things first, I'm going.
You first things first. What?
First things first in the morning, I'm going to go try to find the gnome, or the dwarf.
I was gonna say you can't find any gnomes in town.
Who I gave my sword to.
Okay, so you're gonna head back to the shop for the sword.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Who's the highest ranking Sigmarite representative in the city?
The head priest of the Sigmarite Temple.
So there is an actual temple.
Absolutely, there's a temple to Sigmar.
All
It's
right.
in the Empire.
Here's my thoughts.
Is
We
it
take-
nearly as grand as the other one? Absolutely not.
We take this to the Sigmarite temple, right? Show them the symbol on this. And the
That's
box.
always good. Every single time.
I
we
don't want to
suggest
be there
this
when
way.
they go this way.
Every single time.
Well, I think right now they're discussing it in their room.
Yeah,
Am
you
I
say-
back at the tavern?
I
Yes.
can, I
Yeah.
can do
I'm
the
going to
separate
be in
research.
the bar.
Okay.
Or
Yeah, you're
Most
there
today,
when the
if
elf
I don't
comes
figure
back.
anything, we can take
Oh,
to the church.
hey,
At
can I
least
tell you
this
about
way,
this
it's
one
a
place that I
third
found on
party.
my way to
They
the
don't really care
nightclub?
what I research.
There was this
I
big,
got you.
there was
You
this
down with that,
tavern
Andy?
with all these elves
At the
going.
end of the
So
day-
I'd rather
Looks
have
like
it go
an
with him
elven
than
tavern.
for you to hand that over to
Make sure
me.
you clarify. It's an evening club, not a
Were they
knight
high
and
elves?
swords club.
I
To me, any elf is an elf.
I told you guys we would open it.
See, he
Yeah.
says he
We
doesn't know how to
didn't
role
do
play.
He's got the data to research it.
I remember you guys.
Were
They
they all
list
high
the
elves?
symbol and
They
we can
were
find out
elves?
if it's
They
some
seemed a
kind of
little
cursed
high.
object.
Yeah, we have the symbol may give us an
Yeah,
idea if this
they
is
were
a
really
symbol.
tall.
And that's really my biggest concern.
Yep.
So
But it's
Yeah, go
near
do the
the
research.
eastern area
you and I will
of
check the
town.
box.
So you point out which, or you're like, hey, it's over there.
Yeah.
You can't
He-
miss
or when
it.
you're
Yeah.
done researching,
Here, do you
you
want me
come
to bring
directly
it?
back
I
to
know
us.
that.
But
I watched
today,
you peeking.
not
Because
like days.
I
of
Don't get
research.
sequestered for a few days.
I wanted
Right.
to go to
We
that
need you to
bar.
bring that
Now,
back and let
now,
us know.
just as a reminder,
Get that
today is
out.
the last day per the commission you guys have to deliver the box.
So
That's
if you
why we
plan on
want to
going
do
back
it
there
today.
point-
So
Yeah, come back like
I'll be
early
going.
afternoon. So
I might.
worst case scenario, we open this up, we find out who it's supposed to go to, and
I
then we
don't
try to
think
deliver it
people
if
come
it
in
seems
the
on the
Elven
up and
Tower.
up. All right, and we'll tell them. We'll tell them, hey, what happened? We've been trying,
Okay.
and maybe I can charm our way through that situation.
Okay, so you're gonna go where to do some research?
Did you open it?
no, not yet.
Where do you think
We're gonna open it
you're gonna head to the College of Religious Philosophy
Yeah.
to determine any information on this? Okay. And what are the other two of you doing?
I'm staying with the box.
I heard
Okay,
about
you
that.
guys are
Yeah.
staying here with the box while he goes and
Do I
researches
have
at the
all
university.
the letter, or
I'm
do you
really
want me
curious to
just,
see how
like,
that goes.
memorize that symbol and
that-
try to describe it.
Try to memorize the symbol, please. Because here's the thing, right? If this is bad, and you're researching it, and somebody figures out what you're doing, you can get burned at the stake. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to end up having incriminating evidence on you. So, and all those letters, are you still carrying all that shit around?
Hey, man, if
Yes.
you want to go over
Yeah.
now, we can.
You might want to get that back to me.
I've got.
Oh yeah.
They're
Also,
all
the
too
people are
fuzzy
up
for
in
me
the
to read
in
it.
the room
Now,
talking
you
about
can
stuff.
take
I
all
don't
the
know
stuff and take
what,
the elf
but
with you. He can carry it for
I
you.
just decided
Yep.
to go down to the bar.
I can't read any of it. It doesn't matter.
If you want to go up there and talk important stuff with them, you can.
I have a feeling it's an
If-
inquisitorial seal.
Listen, the priest and the wizard are probably up there.
You know,
I'm gonna tell you the
symbols.
both.
My
More
thing was,
than
I
slide
could take it to the college. If I don't figure out anything
Oh,
about the symbol,
I believe you fully. I
I
don't trust
can-
anybody, not even you.
there could
Well,
be
I
magic
don't ever
and
trust
stuff
an elf.
we can read what the letter is without opening.
Just
it.
like dwarves.
I don't trust anybody.
there
we're
could
out
be
for
magic
ourselves.
similar to that if I can't figure out the symbol. is.
But I can tell
Okay,
you,
if you
from
figure out
firsthand
that ability,
experience with
come
the-
back
with
real
the
quick and we'll all go.
mage,
And we'll
he
bring the
is
chest
by far
with us
the
at
most
that point.
evil human I've ever
Oh,
met.
okay.
Me,
But
on the other hand, I'm
because you understand
So
that,
far, the chest
I
is
think
only
it's just
secure
all whiskey.
within this hotel room.
okay, now you're in the
And I don't, outside of certain party
I feel
members
like I just talked to the wall.
who can't
Whoa.
stand a mystery.
Hello, wall.
It's like everybody.
Oh yeah, it's killing
I'm
me.
17.
So
It's only one more
You're
day.
good. You're doing fine. You need to act like that and react and say things. whenever
Okay.
you're
So you two are going to stay here at the tavern with the box and the letter and the other paperwork now. So you have all the evidence in one
Today,
place.
Yes, right there with
Okay,
us.
right with you. While he heads off to the college to research what he can recall as far as the image that you have that you can view.
By the way, I keep a note of all this in my journal.
Okay. And what are the other three of you doing?
Oh, I was down in the bar.
Yeah.
Write down all the incriminating
what are you doing
evidence
for the
in this
day?
wonderful book that can incriminate me and burn me later.
Right.
First plan go to the dwarf, second plan go
what
to
I've done the whole
Yeah, you're going to the dwarf. That's going to take at least half the day.
yeah. Then after that, I'm going to the
Every single time we get to a
location
college, I sell a new
Oswald
copy.
to go to the meeting.
Hey, Ulfon.
Oh, okay.
It
You're going
works.
to go to the
It's like a
meeting?
couple gold worth
Okay.
out of it.
Yep.
Hey, Ulfon. Want to go to that elven bar? Maybe you could figure out if any of those high elves are taller than you.
Well, of course they are. Stupid elves. I mean, high elves. Alright, yeah, I do want to check out the place that he's telling me about with the elves.
Okay.
I guess me and
Tonight? Okay, so what are you doing for the day?
We'll go check out the park.
Did
You are-
these three leave the building?
No. He left the building.
We're just sitting in the box.
Hey, aren't you like a
I'd say
wood
no.
elf?
First, I will go upstairs to find him.
Okay. They're talking in hushed tones inside the room.
I just open the door.
Okay.
It's open. And I look at the priest and say, according to your word, we'd be opening the box this morning.
I said today.
No, you said this morning, specifically.
I said today.
You said this morning. It's okay. At least I know I can't trust your word. You,
Why do you care so much about this?
because it could have all of your lives on the line.
I think you just can't stand a mystery.
I don't care about the mystery. If I cared about the mystery, the box would have been given up long ago. What I care about is the fact that we're putting our lives on the line for a piece of paper and a box.
Either direction we go could potentially have the same result of putting our lives on the line. If we open this up and the church is pissed or the merchant is pissed that we broke whatever confidentiality we have with them, that
We're out money.
Trying to convince
we could
Well,
be
that's
out
a
lot
problem.
It's not a problem for me.
Right. But money,
So money
that is a
means more to
problem.
you in your life.
I convinced
Oh,
him
my
to
life is
last
fine.
time.
My
What's
life
that?
is fine.
I convinced
And
him to last
if this
time.
goes to where it's supposed to be, we get 100 additional gold.
We're
which is,
missing half.
which is
Very
worth
fine.
holding off for the momentary.
Yeah,
Yeah, I want
I will
you
buy
guys
you new
to
slippers.
burn my name from your mouths because I don't want to be involved with this box. I don't want to be involved.
How do
with
you
the-
go in one conversation from we have to open the box right now to I don't want to be involved with the box? How does your interest
my
flip so
cut.
fastly?
Take my cut.
Okay.
Yeah, done.
How's it going, guys?
I don't know. I said it first.
But I don't want.
I claim his cut.
I don't want what I believe because I believe you're being corrupted in some way. I would never have thought a priest of Sigmar would go against his word. So I believe there's some corruption.
Put my hand on my armor.
I believe there's some corruption being exuded from the box. I believe that your minds are being tainted in some way, and I don't want to be involved.
Is this still in hushed voices?
No, not at this point.
No.
Hearing some sort of
Private
commotion?
messages from the GM giving you background information is a wonderful
Oh wait.
thing.
Oh, I forgot. I didn't have messages open. But
I
hearing
don't have anything from you.
I'm not saying who I would send messages to if I did. I'm just saying it's a wonderful tool for such suspicion.
hearing
Elf, I understand we have not been traveling long together, but I
hearing
think
some commotion
my esteemed
upstairs,
colleague
I'm
over
gonna
here
wander up there with
will
my cup of
back me up when I say I
beer
don't
or
respond well to
water,
threats.
whatever
I
I'm
didn't
drinking
threaten
right
you.
now.
It feels like a threat, though.
I can understand that. It's not that I'm threatening you.
You've insulted my honor.
I insulted nothing.
You threatening me?
I stated what I believe to be the truth of the situation. If you believe the truth to be different, that's your opinion.
My word is on the line that I
Okay.
would deliver this.
And I agree with
Okay.
that.
So I have to make sure I do my best to deliver this. So we were waiting on the pigeon to respond. The pigeon has now given us an untenable option.
Yesterday, I said we needed to open the box. You said I needed one more day. Tomorrow, no matter what, if we can't deliver it, I will open it the next morning.
I
I'm
did
here
not
to see
say
it open.
morning. I did
William?
not say morning.
William?
I said I will open it by the end of the day. We have him doing the research to figure out what this symbol is, and if it comes back negative,
Did-
we will
did it send you a
100%
Okay.
take this box out of this city and open it up and figure out what the hell is in it. But until then, we're not going to sit there and potentially screw a payday, first off, and secondly, my honor. The church recommended me for this job.
At that
I
point, I
understand
get
your
upstairs.
apprehension.
How's it
He
going,
has
guys?
it as well. I have it. I want to open this as much as anybody else. You don't know the history of what we've gone through, but the same fucking thing happened to us prior, and witch hunters came after us as a result. So we're trying to do this the smart way, not the impulsive way.
Impulsive would have been opening it when they gave it to us.
Take this a minute, not rip.
It's right in front of the guy.
I have waited, and I have bided my time. I have talked to you about it. I have stated my opinion of what we need to do, and you gave me an ultimatum. I'm holding you to said ultimatum.
By the end of the day, dude, I told you today. I did not say first thing in the morning. I said today. By midnight, one way or the other, this box is either delivered, we have a good, strong lead on where to deliver it, or we open it up. Those are the three options.
I try not to walk away.
Okay. You succeed.
And
Hey,
I'll let him
stops
know.
you.
I'm just up there
You
flabbergasted.
forget
What's
to open the
going
door
on?
and walk into the
What is
door.
going on?
I say, hey,
He walks in like we're the parents.
No, I literally came upstairs because I heard some commotion, and I brought my beer with me. What's going on, guys?
It's breakfast.
Yeah.
and I will. I'm assuming at this point we're being wholeheartedly set up.
Okay.
So I want to try to a find a different place to stay, because I'm not staying in the same places. That box.
From what you've found throughout the last week, there are no other places.
I've got a place to stay. So
Okay.
I'll stay in the place I stayed last night.
Okay.
That's my new house.
Okay.
But I also want to try to really delve into what I believe, or the purple feather people, and what could possibly be happening as far as this box goes.
From player to player, you're like, I'm worried you're going to be corrupted. Therefore, I'm going to go stay in the place where the Inquisition has already killed everybody for
Been
corruption.
purged.
Yeah, yeah.
This house is clean.
That's
That's
right.
right. Has no remnants of it.
Any influence at all.
Nope.
Towards the light.
Nope. Again, secret messages are secret.
I feel left out because I feel like I might be the only person not getting messages.
No,
I've not gotten a message ever.
I just am like,
What
I'm
is-
scrolling up to see I
I
didn't
just
miss
see
anything.
George privately rolled
What is this place right here?
What is? I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the map. Which place are we talking about?
Looks like a little island of trees out in the
That it's an island of trees. Now that is one of many. Actually, I would imagine that probably is an island of trees. It's like a little park or something like that.
That's where I'm going.
Okay.
I want to see if I can get myself up there to that plateau.
Okay. So you are specifically not continuing to reserve a room at this tavern?
Correct.
Okay. And are you reserving a room in his name?
no, he said he had a place to stay, so I was
Okay.
I'm all right.
And
Not
again,
even in anger. He just
and that's fine. I'm just making sure everybody understands. The reality is there are no more rooms.
Right.
If you let the room go, it will not be available.
we had rooms for two per room is what
Correct.
we would allow. So 2, 4,
I know they stuck
6,
me in the room
7.
with the elf.
There's 6.
right. There, well, 7. The engineer.
Okay.
So 6.
So
now.
technically you had 4 rooms.
So we had 4 rooms, so we lost one of our rooms. So
Okay.
All right, so that's one less room to be paying for too.
Test
Okay.
the macro.
Great, with the engineer.
Yes, Ben.
Okay. So after he leaves, I'm gonna try and catch up to him to see what's going on because I
Okay.
was downstairs.
Okay.
Player to player, I know what's going on, but
Sure.
that's
Yeah,
probably
he seems
something
to be
my
walking away
character
in a huff.
would do.
He's got better places to go.
I'll try and catch up to him with my very low speed.
Okay. Well, he's not moving fast through the crowd.
Okay.
So.
But yeah.
Halt, elf. No.
Okay. So
I
you're
will
gonna-
just let him know that I plan on. I'll let you know where I'm going to stay, but I believe that box is going to bring down hellfire upon the team.
could work through this. I don't disagree.
There might be somewhere you could stay. That place we were talking about?
I've got a place.
Okay. Just, if you want an actual room, there might be somewhere you might be able to stay that you will be very welcome.
I'll check it out. Thank you. I appreciate that.
With that, I will go ahead and head back to the tavern and wish him luck.
Okay. So, what are you guys doing today other than his research?
I will occasionally go down to the bar and talk to the bartender and such about
I think I heard it.
the Inquisitors in the city. Just be like, look, I keep seeing these guys walking around that they look very serious. Similar to what we have in Altendorf about the witch hunter
You didn't tell
type
me where you were
guys.
going, right?
What's Midnight? Does Midnight have similar stuff? I saw some guys walking around with like a skull with wings and like a little crown on the symbol. Anything?
No, we haven't had witch hunters quite some time. I mean, there was that group a couple of weeks ago, but other than that, they left.
Really, where did they go? Do you have any idea?
No.
Huh.
Left town. Beyond that, I don't have any knowledge of anything like that. No, there was some big hullabaloo in the eastern portion of town.
Eastern portion.
Yeah.
Isn't that where like the poors live generally?
The
Or,
poor?
no, that's the south.
Oh no, that'd be Ostwald.
The wind.
Oh. Ooh. Okay. Ostwald is a whole different town, right?
No,
Oh, it's-
Ostwald is the section down here,
That's like
southwest.
Southwest. Okay. Okay.
That section is the low quarter of town.
But you said there was some trouble on the eastern side of town.
I'm actually trying to look.
Yeah, so one of the neighborhoods over there was some big commotion a couple weeks ago. I wasn't really involved, didn't really hear much about it, but I mean, witch hunters coming to Mindenheim is always a big deal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Don't get them very often. Apart.
No, Cult of Ulrich is pretty good about keeping us protected.
Ooh,
If
yeah.
not them, the Sons of Ulrich tend to get rid of any riffraff.
Admittedly, that is a problem in my hometown. It's brutal down there. We have to.
No, you don't want to mess with the Sons of Ulrich though. Certainly not yourself as a Sigmarite.
Why is that? Are they aggressively anti-Sigmar?
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay. Well, I've been doing my best to be low key while I'm here, so
Okay.
I appreciate the advice. And I'll slide him like an extra tip of a silver or whatever.
Okay.
When he comes back up to the room. Are you coming back up to the room after?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
I'll just go down for like an hour,
yeah.
come back up.
I got
After I
something to
get
do.
back from talking to the elf, I'm going to be downstairs in the bar. I seem a bit depressed.
Okay.
What's my money?
I got something to do, so I need you to stay in the box.
Not a problem.
I'm gonna go. I'm going to sign up for that other slot of the Minotaur fight.
Oh, you're gonna take that? You're gonna take it on?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm not telling any of them.
Okay.
You're gonna try the Minotaur fight?
Yep. I'm not telling any of them.
Okay. So you head over to Bernabeu Stadium.
Yep.
Let's see. The sign up
Going to try and
for
find
it. There is
I'm
an
a little turned
entrance
on
fee.
right now. Nice.
Let's see. The carnival for Bernabeu Stadium. The Minotaur fight. Okay. It is a 40-yard diameter. You are armed with a hand weapon, your choice of a shield if you wish, and no armor. They make sure you sign a waiver. Medical fees and expenses are your own. You do not hold the council, the carnival, or any agents thereupon responsible for any injuries you might suffer.
Okay.
Not to be excluded to that of death, dismaiming, or other mental anguish.
Which
Okay.
could happen, but you did say they kind of had rodeo clowns as well. So it doesn't usually happen. Doesn't mean it won't happen.
Right. If you are, think of this as literally a rodeo,
Right.
against a intelligent man beast rather than just a bull. A couple of guys looking at you say, they're talking behind a bit, like you don't really seem very physical and so on and so forth. And the general impression you get is when you are knocked down, the bullies will try to distract the Minotaur. Some of the time they're successful, some of the time the Minotaur eats you.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Love it.
So, because they are known to be carnivorous,
Yep.
and they're left starving for at least several days to make them angry. They're warning you the city will not be responsible for any lingering damages, etc.
Understood.
Okay? They will provide you with a weapon, a single-hand weapon or two-handed weapon of your choice, whatever non-magical item you want. Doesn't matter beyond that.
Gotcha. So it can still be my rapier, just as,
It could be a rapier. It'll be their rapier instead.
which is fine. I don't
Right.
have any magical qualities.
Right,
too,
right.
so
As far as
that's
that,
Yeah.
you get a shield, no armor. There is a entrance fee of what is that?
It wasn't very high.
32 silver.
I didn't think it was very high.
I thought you said it was like 10 silver or something.
That was ticket prices.
Okay.
To actually sit.
I wish you had told us I'd put money on you.
I would say it is a 2 silver entry fee.
Are the bullies? Are they out and around at the?
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to.
Is he alright over there?
I'm going to go down to them. How many are there?
Try not to
5.
cough.
Yeah.
Sure. There's a handful of them just talking and laughing.
Gotcha. I'll hand each of them 2 silver. Say,
Okay.
I appreciate what you do, and look forward to seeing you guys in there.
Sure.
If I go down,
You're gonna fight the Minotaur?
I am.
You sure?
I know.
You don't get to use any of them fancy handguns you got.
Yeah, I don't need the handguns, and I'm used to fighting light armor anyway with no armor.
Okay.
So, will I be able to keep my silver platter?
No.
Okay. It's not armor. It's just
No, it's
keepsake.
plain clothes and
Okay. No,
whatever weapon they give you.
Gotcha.
Okay. So your event is on Marktag
Okay.
at 4 p.m. You're instructed to be there no later than 3 p.m. to get prepped and ready for the fight.
Okay.
Okay. Failure to show up is a forfeit, and etc. The usual explanations
Gotcha.
and caveats, etc. The prize varies somewhat based on the nobles and other participation. Basically, if you survive and win, it's a purse of 5d10 silver. Okay, not a huge amount. The main thing is the betting that goes alongside it, as well as the notoriety from having won. Okay, fairly quickly, as soon as they post your name, you find a lot of people. Your general odds are 3 to 1.
Okay.
That's it.
Well, the general view is anybody who's going to try should be fairly competent. Otherwise, they're just asking to get killed. So they naturally balance the odds as a result.
I'm like you. I would be thinking like 20 to 1 or something.
21 potentially, yes, but I mean that they're assuming anybody who's going into the pit is an accomplished warrior.
Right.
Otherwise, why would any sane person do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most people would shit themselves.
Might not
right
be
as
the
soon
same
as they
person.
saw them.
And the implication is if you get knocked out, there's a 50-50 chance you're dead.
Gotcha.
Okay? I mean, you have a large minotaur standing over you with horns. And specifically, you are restricted from doing any criticals.
Right.
You only do hit points.
Gotcha.
The minotaur has no such restrictions.
Understood.
Okay?
No stabbing in the throat.
I think I'd just be letting my 2 silver.
What armor class is the Minotaur?
Armor type.
Same difference.
He's not wearing clothes.
Right.
Yeah, but wasn't it like 11 or 13
That was a
or
beast
something?
man though. Different than a minotaur.
They
This
have
is a
thick
minotaur.
hide, right?
We assumed it was
It's just a beast man.
Mm.
you.
I got ladies to impress.
Oh, I'm totally down with it, man.
I heard a rumor that Boris wants a husband for his daughter, and that's a high life.
Champion.
I don't need a champion. Champion's gonna keep fighting.
Is it the same Minotaur in every fight?
No. It may
I
be.
had that thought too.
It
Wait
may
till the
be.
end of the week.
Okay. Well, it's only day 3. So,
For the record,
what? You have the, why do you have the message now?
Saying
from it as
saying he's pickpocketed.
Did
I didn't pick that.
did he give it to you?
No.
Okay.
That's
Well, if
because
he
my
walks
father-
away to get a drink, you can't just grab it
Oh
from his.
no, I
He was
didn't grab
being
it.
smooth.
Okay.
I had to leave. That's really why I left the bar, because I was going to pickpocket.
And I understand that as an action for
He
your
was
character,
smooth,
that's fine.
man.
Somebody
He was
just
just
walks
like,
away,
I
you
watched
can't
it.
just grab
I
it.
watched
No,
him
I
do
grabbed
that.
it like I grabbed it
I
like
don't
5 to
want
10
my
minutes.
character to literally be at odds with the group.
Right.
So
There's a limit to how far you want to go. I get that.
I avoided the entire thing by just saying I'm leaving.
Okay, so you
it's
head
not
to the university. You research that symbol that you have. Give me a magic lore roll,
Because I was absolutely going to.
or whatever skill you wish to use instead. I'll let you make 3 different skill rolls if you have different skills.
Okay.
These are all blind GM.
What?
The thing is, I've gotten to know you.
I
I,
can't
know
use
you won't
fortune
leave
points?
without
Nope.
doing something.
I didn't
Well,
do
guess
anything.
what? I'm going to use a fortune point for each of them, so I'm going to roll twice and
I
get the
didn't
better
do
result
anything.
for each.
I'm fine with that.
That-
I'm
No,
good with that.
I-
I'll give you
no,
the better
as a
chance for each one.
character,
The main
with-
thing is
with how
it,
long
you
I've
don't know
known
whether
you.
it's just the wrong subject
As a
or you can't find information.
Totally honorable,
Okay, but
great
using
guy,
fortune to get lucky on the rolls
scumbag.
and find what you
He
can,
has that
absolutely.
acting range.
Yeah.
So,
I
and they
also,
could
What-
be the same
I
character.
also while
Exactly.
I'm
I
there,
was getting ready to say my
since
most evil character I've
this
ever
is-
played
since
of all
the
time.
college is more the study
I
of
was
the
to the
gods and
group
so
I was
stuff
lawful
like that.
good.
Mhm.
I
I'm gonna see if
sacrificed
I
my
can
life
get,
over and over again. for
either
party members.
hire
But I was
the person for
evil.
their
I'm
time,
talking
but I want
sacrifice
to get
babies,
a
literally. I was
Lord
evil.
Heaven's mage.
So
Since
the group, lawful
they
good.
study the
Everything
gods
group needed, I
and
did
stuff like
everything I
that for
could
their
to keep
magic.
the group
Okay.
alive.
And
For what?
potentially,
But
if I
I
don't
quite
find
literally
similar,
sacrificed
Yeah,
people
what
left
was
and
more get a fortune of what happens
I
when
also
you
became
open
a
the
lich
letter,
later
what
on.
what bad things happen, because that's one of their spells.
Your
you
dad
can
still
do,
has my character.
is I name an
supposedly.
event.
Like a fortune
NPC,
reading
'cause
for
I was
Yeah.
when
the
you
only
open
one
the
that
letter.
survived.
Yes, it's like
Okay.
a fortune.
Okay.
That sort of thing.
No,
if
so-
I can't figure
Sure,
out.
I'll
what
buy
it
that.
is.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, that's a creative use.
Do you still have my lich?
Lich,
Yeah, my
old character. No, I
The
didn't.
myth to North thing. You say I
Oh,
had to
I-
hand him over to you. You were like,
I probably have it in an old folder because I never seem to throw anything away.
So that was lore magic,
Evidenced by the wall.
Yeah.
and then I'm going to do.
Now that was an awesome situation at that point. Then we didn't continue the campaign at that point, but
And then warfare.
maybe one of these days I'll play a campaign and that lich will show up because he's still there.
Really? Like,
And then
we're about to face the bitch, I'm pretty sure.
You are
guild.
okay.
You can bring in Matt as a special guest.
I'm sorry. What was the first one? Was magic.
Yep.
And the second one was
Warfare.
warfare, and then guild.
Yep.
Okay. So you spend most of the day. You don't find anything until late in the day, when you find some references to that symbol as a guild marking.
Okay.
Okay. It seems to have some reference to Altdorf,
Okay.
but you're not able to get any more specifics with the limited information that you have. But there are several guilds in Altdorf that have symbols that are similar.
Okay.
Okay. So without a direct view of it and comparison, it's hard to tell.
Okay. And then
At the same
I'll
point,
have,
keep in mind, there's nothing
I'll
stated
let
as
them
a
know that I'll be
lawful
back
self
with
party
the
out.
letter to do the readings then.
Okay,
Because I
now-
assume they would have to see the letter to.
Since you and me talked in the
No,
bar
they'll
about
read your
me,
fortune.
Okay.
like,
I mean,
going
you
to
tell
the
them an
Dolphin
event. It doesn't matter
Tavern
whether you have
later
things or
in the
whatever.
day. I'm going
They'll
there.
give you a fortune reading for it. Now they're going to charge you 2 gold for the reading.
Okay.
Play-
Okay.
character.
They
You
do
probably
not.
don't
They
know
specify
that
they
skill.
do not guarantee
You
results.
figured
I'll be looking for you. at the
This
other
is
bar anyway.
this
I'm
is
still
forward-looking forecasts and so forth.
Yeah,
Don't hold them
the-
accountable.
The spell had a check for it.
I figured
you
it did.
to understand the fortune and stuff like that.
But I couldn't really tell
It's
if
a
they were high
challenging
elves or what else.
intelligence
What do you
test.
think? What else would
Okay.
have some bark on them?
I won't put up.
Yeah, you have
so-
some bark.
Right. So he has to interpret it. Okay. So you're going to pay him 2 gold.
there is a very definitive
Is
difference
it me
between Isle
doing
and
the intelligence check?
No,
or
he's
is it-
rolling the intelligence check,
Oh, darn.
and he's telling you
in the
the
game,
results.
Your character would know immediately.
Now,
Yeah, but
he'll
I
tell you
just
what he sees in
glanced
his
at
vision.
it. I didn't
Okay.
You
take
can make
time
an
to-
interpretation yourself as a player,
He's
Okay.
but he will tell you what the portents foretell.
I don't know how to explain this.
Okay.
Because elves are so rare, I could show up and be like, look,
I'll go ahead
here's
and
the
do it.
differences.
Okay.
That pale son of a
Money's meant to be
bitch,
spent.
You're right. I'm
Money's meant to be spent.
Yeah.
rustic.
He goes into a trance,
Not as
casts
elfy.
his spell,
I'll talk to you.
tells you that he sees a quiet room, a letter, and a box concealed in mist. The letter opens up, and the clouds part outside, revealing light in the room. From his interpretation, opening the letter would be illuminating, but not particularly dangerous.
Okay. Oh, thank you for the time.
Okay.
Okay, so basically, since all the stuff that happened in the room with the box happened, to not 7 or 8, but a bit earlier than that. Until then, I'm basically staying in the tavern, and then I am going to the Elven Tavern.
By yourself?
Yes,
Okay.
not telling anything.
Okay. Specifically separating later in the day.
And he gets stabbed.
The group goes 4 different directions. Okay.
I'll be there myself.
Oh, you're going there too? Okay.
Yeah, me and him talked about it while they were upstairs with the box.
Okay.
It makes so much noise in that fucking bag.
So you guys go to the Singing Moon. It is located here on the map.
Yep.
You see where that is?
Long building.
It is compared to the rest of Middenheim, it has a notably elven style to the architecture, superimposed over the Middenheim foundation and everything.
Okay.
It is a fairly relaxed atmosphere, and there's elven music playing from inside. There is some guards by the front door, indicating that there is a membership for access.
Okay.
Although when you guys walk up, they bar the way for you. They say you're welcome in for a 2 shilling entrance fee.
For me?
Yes.
Interesting.
Okay, I'll just wait outside.
Okay. They're willing to let him in. They direct you to the membership office over at one of the side doors if you wish to apply for membership, informing you that it's a 2 gold for a 1-year membership.
I look at the 2 guards and say, I appreciate the.
Now, they're elvish.
Okay.
Well, that makes sense.
I appreciate the desire to keep the less than
Peasants.
favorable element out.
Yes, the peasants.
However, I assure you, he's with me.
I do appreciate it, but our house rules are very specific.
It's
So
fine.
can we expedite membership by a voucher?
If he wishes to apply for membership, it can be admitted immediately. He simply needs to pay the fees.
Understood. I just look over and nod and head on in.
Okay.
It's fine,
You're
I'll
gonna
be
pay
there in a
2 gold.
minute.
Okay. And you're gonna pay 2 gold,
I'll.
or are you gonna stay outside?
I'm going to go to the door and look at all. I'm assuming it's just a membership that allows you to go into the building.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It lets you access the facilities. It's a well-off, well-appointed tavern, nightclub.
It says
Hostel.
facilities, plural.
Yeah, I mean it's a think of it like a hotel that you can only go into if you have membership. It's a high-end hotel type thing that you pay
Oh.
membership and you can go in. Now it doesn't give you free room and board or anything like that,
Yeah, I think.
but you can go in and access whatever you want.
Hey, this is where you and me could have our secret meeting.
That just sounds too quick.
But yes, I will pay the 2 gold.
Okay, you sign up for it, and you now have the next 12 months worth of membership at the Singing Moon. Okay.
Okay.
You head in. As part of your membership, they give you a basic tour of the place, pointing out all of the facilities. They have a fine garden where it's useful for meditations or whatnot. They have well-appointed rooms that members are welcome to rent. They're currently full up, given the carnival, but they do have plenty of rooms typically. Fine elvish food imported from far-off lands. Many delicacies that you recognize from different areas.
Okay.
They have a small stock of elven wines and other delectables along those lines. And on occasion, they even get graced by a visit from Relaine, from the court, when he's giving some impromptu recitals and so forth. They also brag about being visited by Alevandro, and occasionally Dieter Schmeidenhammer.
Really?
Who's well, I'm not gonna ask.
Do I recognize that name?
Probably. You've heard it so far.
Isn't that who he asked about? Was my point? What the actual name the guy goes by now?
No. Different person.
I don't know who Dieter is.
Dieter Schmiedenhammer is the court's champion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And Alevandro, I don't know if you guys have specifically heard
The
of
bard.
yet.
That's the bard that he sat down and
That's
drank with.
Relaine.
Oh, that's
Relaine Leferrel is the court bard, is an elf.
Yeah.
Alevandro is supposedly a friend of Relaine and the master of the hunt for the court.
Oh my gosh.
I bet he's winning the
I've
archery
heard about.
tournament. Yeah, I'm knowing there's a name that I'm getting.
I've heard about that. Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay.
They also claim to have some of the finest musicians outside of the Royal College of Music, located just a block or two to the north.
Is that big circular building?
Yes, where quite a few of the events of Carnival are scheduled to take place.
Nice.
And they share with you, or at least you see numerous banners related to it, giving you the College of Music events, which is this one.
Ooh, wow. Lots of stuff.
Giuseppe Pastrami.
I can't zoom in. Why is it not letting me zoom in?
Oh, Jesus.
Ooh,
It is very
Opera, the Barbarian.
How do you zoom in? You should.
You move your face close to the
Open.
screen. Drag it to the right.
Yeah, bottom right you can drag it.
I just
That's what I've been doing.
Bottom right, drag it to the right, and it'll zoom in.
All
and
right.
You can scroll.
Seriously.
Oh, okay.
Giuseppe Pastrami.
Evil.
Normally,
I tell you.
what you do is you take the computer and you slide it.
I did this right here. I went.
That didn't help. All right, we're just
Okay.
Now, this campaign is actually one of the original ones from first edition Warhammer.
Somebody uploaded it.
Not somebody uploaded it. The Cubicle 7, the current owner of the license, remastered it specifically for this edition of Warhammer, because this particular campaign is rated as like the top campaign of all time of all games.
No shit.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying this game.
It is. I mean, we've embellished a lot, but the basic storyline. When people talk about like the top end campaign, there's a few of them. This one is normally right on the top of the list, which is part of the reason why I wanted to do this one, to see how far we could get.
I'm really enjoying it.
But yeah, the level of data and detail is immense.
You may see a grown man cry when my character dies.
Aha. Short-term
as long
goal.
as you don't mind laughter. As long as you don't mind laughter to be involved.
Well, it'd be tears of laughter.
But I'm mainly here for moral support. He probably doesn't need it, but I'm just here for moral support, basically.
Okay. So,
Costs 2 gold.
anyways, that's the events of the College of Music. If you have any interest in those things,
I'm going to see the Opera of the Barbarian.
Opera of the Barbarian.
Well, It's an opera
Choir.
program.
Oh, okay.
Wait, oh, that.
So, anything else you guys want to do, or just going to spend a couple of pleasant hours here?
Yeah.
Okay,
I very specifically do not get drunk.
that's
I
fine.
want to try to. You know what? They're elves. They're not going to know anything.
Okay. You burn through 2 silver for the afternoon for some food and drink. Enjoying non-human beer
Yep.
and wine and so forth. To you, it tastes overly fruity and sweet. Not that earthy stuff you're used to.
Would I also do 2 silver?
Yep.
Okay.
That's fine. Okay. Afternoon. You're heading to your appointment. You're heading back to the tavern. You guys have sampled the elven goodness. Heading back to the tavern, I'm assuming.
He is
No,
not.
he's not.
Okay.
I will. I'm not sharing any of what happened at the tavern.
You're keeping your meeting secret from the rest of the group.
Effectively, yes.
Okay.
If he's gone away from the group, and this is something me and him did in the afternoon after that.
Something while he's
Yeah.
not here. Nothing dangerous, but just like ask him to go talk to other engineers.
Mundane sort of things?
Yeah.
Sure.
I was more thinking. Carter was talking about this. Either way, also. And I didn't know if we wanted to do this now before we started jumping into some slippery slopes or anything like that. But have Carter go talk to the engineers or the more technical people.
It's not
of the
quite
town.
visible.
About what? About the box? Or
This
just
is the whole point.
The Bretonians or the box or
Well, that's
anything
what
like
that's
that.
what he had said to me.
Yeah,
'Cause
with my
it was a
flashlight
it was a
100%
miscommunication.
Yeah.
I think because your
I
dad
could go
thought he
get
was going
a
to try to
lighter.
get training from them, and that's what we had talked about.
Right.
I don't think
It would
that's,
be intense
he
enough.
was he very adamantly reiterated that wasn't his concern. Wasn't to go get training. He knew he couldn't.
He just wanted to talk with them.
He wanted to see if because he had found out because we told him about the giant rats dressed
Right,
like
right.
peoples and stuff like that. If
Okay, so you want to get some more
The
information regarding
Bretonians.
that?
Yeah, the Bretonians.
Sure. Okay, that would be from the Dwarven Engineers Guild.
yeah.
Okay.
I personally am trying to find a way to stealth my way through the city, get away to view the inn they're staying in from a rooftop. Best
Okay.
vantage point where I can see the room that they would be sleeping in, the box would be kept in,
Okay.
and as much of the entrances as I can. I know I can
Okay.
only see like a corner and 2 walls. but that's
Right. Yeah. You won't really be able to get onto the roofs because they're not flat roofs or anything. They're very steep shingles and so forth. It wouldn't be during the day. You'd make quite a bit of a spectacle.
Right.
But the streets are literally elbow to elbow with people, so it'd be trivial to find a spot and just observe the tavern without much difficulty, especially with their stealth skills. Even though they're technically not trees,
I
there's
have
plenty
urban
of things.
stealth, and I have it's called Alley Cat.
Okay, so
Where-
yeah, I mean, if you want to disappear in the crowd, you can.
Right.
That's relatively easy for you with the number of people.
When I roll, I can reverse the dice roll to
Okay.
get the better of the 2 results.
Okay. So he spent some time at the Dwarven Engineers Guild. Now that I understand what he's going for, just hanging out with the guild, yeah, the dwarves are very interested in talking to people. Their main focus is grumbling and complaining. Okay, because that's what dwarves do.
Right.
Specifically, they are all complaining and very annoyed about the upcoming tax. According to them, dwarves and priests and wizards are taxed on a sliding scale percentage based on your net worth. The richer you are, the bigger the percent. Okay? That's coming due in a week-ish, 10 days or so at the end of the festival. And as a result, about 20% of their staff have left the city. The problem is they get taxed on the way out of the city in addition. The tax you paid when you came into the city, you pay coming in and leaving. And they've already been charged the first round of the monthly tax about 3 weeks ago. Okay, they don't know why this is happening. The council, the way they explain it, the rule is. Get to the reference so I give you the right information. The laws and everything are fundamentally passed and processed by where is it? The law lords. Okay, it's a group of 3 people that run the council and are direct advisors to the Graf. Okay, there is Karl Heinz Wassmeyer. There is Joachim Hofflich and Rainer Ehrlich. Okay. Karl Heinz has been vocally against these taxes and fighting them as much as he can, but he has been overruled repeatedly by the other 2, who are direct as a result, with a simple majority of 2 to 1. They passed all these laws with the blessing of the Graf. Now, since the death of the Graf's wife, Boris has been pretty much unseen. The rumor is he's been in a funk and depressed and so forth, sad over the loss of his wife. As a result, the law lords are passing things to maintain the city, which they're empowered to do, but they're causing a lot of strife with this tax. Okay, and like I said, they're very vocal about all this. They're sharing it with whoever they think they have some commonality to. They suggest engineers don't have a future here. The dwarves are only sticking around because they built the city. They built the walls, they built the tunnels, they built the defenses. Between them and the wizards, without them, there is no city.
Yeah.
So some of them are just too stubborn to walk away. Others are too honorable to leave their work behind. But the longer it goes on, the more are going to leave because they're too annoyed about the taxes. And they're not willing to give up their gold.
Why wouldn't they just go back into the tunnels under the city where they?
Because that's city property.
Well, I mean, they could actively
What is this?
close
Well,
those tunnels.
No, they can't. They don't have the ability to close the tunnels. And the problem they're running into is the dwarfs, because their numbers are dwindling. They don't have enough staff to protect the tunnels from things that are down there. Okay, I mean there's occasionally beasts that come up from the depths, and criminals and other things. Occasionally they get beastmen down there. The dwarfs protect it, and again they don't have. They're running out of staff to be able to do so.
And the city taxes the people that are protecting their city.
Yes.
That seems like a problem.
So, yep.
Does the city hire more people to go down and protect those
No.
tunnels? No?
No.
They just leave it to you guys.
Well,
to
at
try
this
to
point, no. The city's focused on the carnival.
Yeah.
The city watch is commissioned to protect the streets. They trust the dwarves to protect the dungeons, and the rat catcher union, who patrols the sewers and the tunnels as well. Right now, I mean, the rat catchers are doing fairly well because there's plenty of work for them, and they're not necessarily being taxed. The taxes are all aimed exclusively at dwarves. They're getting the worst end of the stick by far. I mean, wizards are getting taxed, but they got plenty of money, so that's not really a big issue.
Right.
I mean that's not really a concern.
Magic's easy anyway.
And the priests, I mean, although the priests of Gurgny are having troubles, that's okay because they got the Dwarven Society to support them. The rest of the priests are idiots anyways. Okay?
So,
They sort of deserve it. But the dwarves, that's where the real crime is.
yeah. Well, absolutely.
Okay?
Joachim and Reiner, what seems to be their reasoning behind the taxes? Do you have any idea?
Their claim is Mindenheim needs the funds. Mindenheim has not done great with the embargoes from Middelheim or Marienburg, and the wars in the east, the Graf needs to gather funds so that he can supply the war. The wars are expensive, and Reiner and Joachim said their view is, well, the three groups that have the most money should make more of a share, thus the big taxes. And of course, none of these groups want to give any money.
All right.
And their concern is the taxes aren't really being fairly appointed. I mean, not only do the dwarves have to pay by far the biggest share, and they're the ones digging the gold anyway, so they shouldn't have to pay any of that. But even in the priests of Ulrich are immune to it. It's the foreigner religions that are being hit.
Priest Sigmar definitely needs to be informed of that.
Yeah.
All right.
So, anyways, when he comes back in the evening, he shares that information with you.
Hey, how you like them apples?
In the afternoon, better said.
It seems very short-sighted by the aristocracy to do this.
Right, which is supposedly why Karl Heinz is fighting it.
Right.
He sees the flaw in this process.
Yeah. Maybe there's something more nefarious, but
What did you learn at the?
Well,
So
they said the taxes are rolling out at the end.
And
I probably know this.
Hexenstag is
so
New Year's Eve.
if I
The
go
next
here-
morning is when taxes
go
are due.
here
Yeah.
and get this and then hop
That's
back
about
over.
the timeline the
Would-
lady said that they were going to
Would I
have a
have to
fancy
have all these trappings?
thing going on.
You'd have to
On
have
that
all the
one letter.
trappings for tier 1, yes. But
What,
then
like
you have
tonight?
to also
No,
spend
no,
a
the
ton of
day of
time
taxes
next
get
week
rolled
get back
out.
to your
Mhm.
They
work.
approximately the same
And
date
you're
that
I'm
I
only
think
class-
we were saying
class
that their
one.
big,
Okay, then
their
yeah,
big surprise
Really?
is going to be.
go over to Warrior Priest, grab whatever
Read
trait
it
you want,
right. I just want
maybe they're going
that.
to attack something or.
and then swap
maybe what
back.
we have is what
And
they
told us
need to do
300
this.
right now.
300 XP, yes.
Because this
but you
had to
need-
be
you
here
need
before.
most of this
And the
stuff.
wizards say, the wizards,
I got a lot of freaking.
I did
I
a
have
fortune
a
reading
religious
with the
symbol
wizards,
because
with
we
the
bought religious
fortune
symbols
wizards and stuff
of
like
Olar.
they think
And-
there's no
Weapon you
danger to
definitely have.
opening the
Yeah.
letter and it will
No
Right.
way,
open
you don't have a weapon?
Yeah.
No, I don't
Yeah.
have this
When did you open
or
the letter?
this.
All right, letter's open. Let's rock and roll.
The
Yeah.
book are
He's giving in. You gather-
wait.
You gather the
Where-
group and open it?
Where am I?
I don't know.
Oh, where
Are you gathering the group and opening it?
Not just the three of us.
Okay, so just the three of you. You guys are down at the tavern still, and he's off doing his own thing.
All right, I'm going to say this. And
Well, would I be getting back to the tavern?
You're already back at the tavern.
Okay.
You're just downstairs.
You're downstairs.
Okay.
They're doing this quietly
I-
without you.
This is a major event.
It is a major
Yep.
event.
And you're not.
I wanna know
It's
where
a
I
major
am.
reward. It's fragile.
That's right. Yes. Please let me just put it on the nightstand. Right, he's looking in my window. He just sees this lady's leg. Oh yeah.
He sticks a letter on the glass.
Yep.
What?
big middle finger.
Yep.
Don't you wish you were reading this?
Nope.
Of course, he's an elf. He can read it from there.
Right. Is it in a word you can't read again?
No, it's not a good thing. Okay, so
Kill these people.
Captain Sharlock, Hoffenstrasse at the sign of the Crossed Keys, Middenheim. Gentlemen, I am sending you 7 items which were described some months ago by a member of your society to my brother-in-law, Albrecht Oldenhaller of Nuln, which your society has said to be most desirous of recovery, and which have fallen by chance into my hands. There is no charge, but please remember this service my family has done you. With most sincere greetings, Matthias Bluka.
Okay. I think we.
I walk over and open the box.
Yeah.
Gonna crack it open?
I pull the curtains.
Okay.
And I stand in front of the door.
Okay.
Secure
Looking across the street, you see the nobleman suddenly pull the curtains closed,
Yeah, and then through the
which is the
curtains.
first time they've done that in a week.
Right. We've left it open because we didn't know there were such a thing. So I just throw them up.
And keep an eye on anybody else
Yeah.
that may have noticed that, and see if there's a movement towards the building.
Okay.
So I can send
Before you open
messages
the box.
to people.
Is it 7 items the number of?
Yeah, it's 8.
Alright.
Is it 8? Okay. No? Let's see what these items are.
It's a stick. I
Don't
don't
wait
know.
for me.
Blucher.
It's not
Who's
bad.
Matthias
He's
Blucher?
the guy who hired us.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's the guy.
Fuck. I thought the name was familiar.
And the other name, the first name was the guy who was supposed to deliver to the cross keys.
You're rolling
Captain
check
Sean.
Yeah.
for
He's
what?
a captain.
Um,
So,
is the box magical?
So
at
he's a
all?
retired captain
No.
because he owned a locksmith and he worked
well,
there.
there's an
The
angle
box
that we
itself
start
is not
researching.
magical. You can't read anything that's inside it.
Okay, then I'm not making it.
Like I said, all the seams or whatever have a wax seal on it that you're going to have to break if you open it,
Yep.
unless you have skills I'm not aware of.
No, I just don't.
Okay, so you crack it open with your hammer, open it up. I'm assuming you pry it open rather
Yeah, I'll
than
take
just
my dagger
smash
out.
it.
7 tiny people.
Mhm.
Those are exclusively his. Okay, you open it up. It is filled with straw that you start digging through.
7 pieces of straw.
Yeah. It looks like it's packed well with straw for padding. Inside you find several items. The first is a chipped hand axe.
Okay.
There is a slightly rusty dagger. There is a glass wine jar
Hold on.
made out of greenish glass.
Rusty dagger, green wine glass,
Mhm.
chipped.
No, it's not. No, it's not chipped. It's
The axe was the chip.
The axe
yeah,
is
chipped axe.
Okay. Is there
Okay.
anything in the wine glass or residue?
No,
or
just the
anything?
jar itself. It's like one of those jars that comes down and then has a really wide base.
Okay.
Okay.
There's a name for those.
Sure. Wine jar.
Yeah.
There is a deck of cards wrapped in string.
Can I tell what? It's wrapped.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
tied
so-
up as a
okay,
bundle. There is a metal gauntlet. What are we at? 4, 5?
That's 5.
5. There is a garden trowel,
What's that?
like a little shovel.
Oh. Oh, that.
Okay. And a what looks like a wooden flute.
Hey, I can play that.
Getting any magic off this, mister?
Magic.
Nope.
Does the axe look familiar, like a demon axe we picked up from a castle recently?
In that it's an axe, yes.
Well,
Other
it
than
had
design,
the other axe had markings and
No.
stuff, so I didn't know if it had.
Nope.
Okay.
nothing unusual.
This is really disappointing.
I'll untie the string around the deck
The-
cards and just see if they look like
symbol-
normal
Outside,
from
Matt,
a
you're
guild
momentarily
panel.
blinded by a beam of sunlight as the clouds
Okay,
part.
it's just a guild symbol. It's a pretty ominous fucking guild symbol.
cards.
I had to finish the vision.
Right.
It's not sealed.
It doesn't seal again? Amazing how that works.
What time is it currently?
It is maybe 3-ish.
In the morning? What? 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 Why did you stiff the card?
I'm just laughing.
You stiffed the card.
Making sure.
I sniffed it like an hour ago.
Why?
See if it smells like lemons, then you need
Okay,
to put up a fire.
You said it's 3 in the morning,
3 in the afternoon.
6 in the morning.
so I wouldn't even. I'm not even back yet.
Carafe.
I-
That's what the word
Me
is.
Sure,
and him were
craft.
going like at 6 or something.
No, you guys got done in the afternoon. You had your at least you had your fill. It was, like I said, it's overly fruity and overly sweet for you. It doesn't really fit your preferences.
Yes, but I
So-
was there. To my point of view, I was there for moral support
I understand that,
because I wanted to do that.
and that's perfectly fine. I'm trying to keep people roughly together in case somebody decides to do something.
No,
Ben,
don't
I
want
know
us
you
together.
desperately want to be in the room with us.
No,
No,
I
he's
don't
not.
want
No,
to.
he was-
He's
Okay,
saying he's not
okay.
even here at the inn,
Yeah.
Okay,
which
fair
is
enough.
fine.
I thought you were going the other direction.
which is fine.
because I've intentionally been keeping it just the 3 of us.
Yes,
Right.
I am aware of
I
that.
just want to make sure that if people decide to do something of consequence, that everybody has the opportunity to participate. as opposed to specifically being separated.
But if it's still 3 in
First,
3 in the
case we burn
afternoon, you said?
What?
If it's still 3 in the afternoon, then I have some stuff I wanted to do.
Okay.
I'm still off this level.
Let me send you a message.
Okay.
I will pick up the deck of cards, undo the string, see
Okay.
if they're just a normal deck of cards or look different.
It looks like a basic deck of cards, fairly well worn. Nothing unusual about it, but there's only 50 cards.
What cards are missing? Am I seeing? just
Appears
the-
to be missing the Jack of Spades and the Seven of Hearts.
I will attempt to shuffle, and then
I'm
Dexterity.
assuming you have some basic
Yeah.
dexterity, so you are successful.
and
Not with a flourish, but it works.
right. I just keep cutting the deck to see if those 2 cards happen to pop up as I'm.
No.
Magic deck.
There are
There are
specialty
decks that
decks
do
in
that
this
now.
world.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm assuming the same type of gamblers decks exist here.
Sure.
Is there any particular markings on the gauntlet? Heraldry or anything
No,
like that?
no inscriptions or markings like that.
No purple.
Nope, nothing like that. It
stuff?
looks like a basic soldier's gauntlet.
Some warrior gonna
You
stuff
said there
stones.
was 0 magic.
Correct.
Would have looked for a false bottom.
I was going to suggest that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's you pull the rest of the straw out. It's very clearly just the frame of the box itself. There's nothing hidden in it.
So these have to have some type of significance. So with everything that's been going on, are these like
It's not. It's not religion. There's 10 religions. And then, from what I'm able to figure out.
no? Where I was going with this is maybe these are all items that have taken a life or something to that effect. Something that a chaos cultist would need to commit a ritual,
How you kill
something
somebody
to
with
that
a flute?
effect.
Yeah, really badly.
I mean,
I mean, I kill people with my terrible flute skills.
yeah, I'm with you. Everything else in there, I guess someone could die from a deck of cards.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be a
No.
direct.
No, I meant like bad.
Paper cuts.
Well, I was thinking more like made a bad deal. And
Death
died
by
out.
50 cuts.
Right. I want to pick up the flute and try to play a little bit.
Do you have any musical skills?
I have.
That's the reason
Uh,
I'm useful.
I have
There's play
Right.
instrument.
my bass entertainment.
He's a flute head.
Okay, now you
Yeah.
I mean, you can make it make noise,
Turn,
but you
turn,
can't.
turn.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a kid with a child's
It's a
toy type thing.
recorder.
This
Yeah.
is
I
literally
can play 3 Blind Mice.
Okay, well, you can. Your
I
character
know.
can't.
skill
I know.
play flute.
Dude, in Germany,
You
when
can
the
use,
kids were
you
little,
can use a flute as a
one of
board.
our neighbors
Got those?
had a recorder, and this kid was trying to learn the recorder, and so every day, you just hear this fucking kid blowing this recorder, and I was like, God damn it.
That's roughly the skill level that Milton has right now. He
Yeah.
can make it make noise. That's easy.
I'm gonna hit you with a hammer.
Hitting
don't
a,
stop.
hitting a tune, etc. No, it's beyond your skill.
So we've had the Royal College of Music is one of the things that we had. We had the Gladiator Arena.
Did you get that there?
Is there similar colleges
If that's
across
a
the
thing.
way that might intertwine with these
Okay.
items?
I get what you're
Right.
going for. I'll let you
Yeah.
know.
If that's
yeah.
a thing.
Dude, that's a great. That's
Yeah,
a great.
You can ask
I don't
around.
know if it is or not.
Okay.
I mean, it's just a
I'm sorry. What you?
long,
what were you saying?
long connection. But
Are there equivalent
I've seen
guilds
I've
to
seen
each
your,
item?
your Royal College of Music. We've seen the Gladiator Coliseum. We've seen all these different ones. Are there 7 main
Factions.
either factions or sections to the city, or does this make sense for what I'm trying to get at here? I'm trying to
I think so.
does each item maybe correlate? Like, is there
I can't-
a gardener's group?
I'm not going to say necessarily if something coordinates with
Right,
something like
right,
that.
right.
Are there major organizations within the city? Absolutely. There are a number of major colleges. The main one is the College Theologica and the College of Music.
Gotcha.
Okay.
There are 7 names at the bottom.
There
of the map.
is, there's, okay. Yeah, there's 7 houses represented by the city. I mean, if you're looking for, is there any patterns of 7? I would have to say there's probably a dozen or more.
Gotcha.
Okay, depending on what your filtering view is. Now, there are numerous commissions of different offices. There are several temples in town.
Is there a locksmith guild?
There,
And
not a locksmith guild as such.
Might be a smithing guild.
Right, there'd be like the engineering guild would probably be the closest to that sort of thing.
And then the other side of that is
The key? Is there a key guild?
there's the Hellstein family that's got a skeleton and a key in
They
the
do.
door.
Maybe they have a skeleton in the closet.
Man, I'm the worst at this, and I will pull at straws that don't exist for hours. So you guys,
How many major temples are
stop
there in
me.
the town?
How many major temples? Good question. I will tell you.
And
There.
in what religion?
and his name, he was
Okay.
captain.
In,
They called him
I
captain,
know
which
there's
wasn't
more-
what we had.
There
There is-
What you're doing. I'm
there
doing
are
it
6
myself.
primary
I'm
temples.
following my own lead.
There is Blessed Heinrich's temple.
What's that about?
That is one of the many smaller temples to Ulrich in the city.
Okay.
Okay. There's the High Temple of Sigmar,
Yep.
the Temple of Myrmidia,
Okay.
the High Temple of Ulrich, including its 2 outer temples, the Knightly Chapels, and then the temple itself. Remember, there's 2 knightly orders.
Okay.
Okay. Then there's the Temple of Verena, and the Temple of Shalya.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if there was like a past for all of us or something.
And what were
Like
the
a
items
dagger
again?
would be him, obviously.
What's that?
But there's no
I'll tell
money.
There's none that represent me. Come on now.
A chipped hand axe, a rust. I didn't read my own handwriting.
That's
Chip-
normal.
A chipped hand axe, a rusty dagger, a green wine carafe, a deck of cards with 2 cards missing, a metal gauntlet, a gardening trowel, and a wooden flute.
Okay.
So, Captain Scarlock.
Let's go find that person.
They could
Well,
represent
Scarlock's
gods.
dead. He was the one that got burnt. But the fact that they called him captain means he had some kind of rank, which is very possible. We get this dude back in the mix to find out if he can tell us if he has any connections, he can find out what Captain Scarlock was known for here,
Yeah.
other than just being a locksmith. Obviously, if they was still had some type of rank,
I think it's a good idea. Let's go downstairs and get him.
yeah.
They could represent the gods.
You check downstairs. He's not there.
That's what I'm looking at.
Okay.
Ronald for the deck cards.
Done with that idea.
I know you were supposed to protect me.
And that's really the only other one except Ulrich.
Or, yeah, the hand axe.
That's it.
Rabbit holes.
It's 7
rabbit
pieces of
holes.
eight.
We'll just keep
Okay.
going down rabbit
Meanwhile, while you guys are pondering your new information, you head down to the something or other?
Osland.
Osland.
Oh.
Oswald.
Yeah.
Okay. You wander around. This section of the town is notably more rundown than the rest of the city, and given its location, tends to be shrouded in a lot more shadow and gloom as a result.
Try reading it at a 45-degree angle.
You wander around a little bit. The locals sort of eye you, avoiding direct eye contact, but they sort of keep an eye on you and then duck into their houses as you pass by, almost suspiciously trying to stay out of your way. Okay. Here and there, you
How about
see
the elven
graffiti
wine?
on the buildings.
Just fucking die already.
Man, it's the elven wine. You haven't tasted in years.
Making a joke.
That wine is still against you.
It's the consumption.
Hey, it makes you get too alcohol.
reference. I like that.
You are
Now-
playing corrupted character. Excellent.
And the TB infection starts stumbling.
Okay. Anyways,
I've got my
here and there on
vaccine.
different buildings, you see graffiti marked in red on buildings. Seems relatively fresh. That calls out in Reichspiel, Middenheim for Middenheimers.
An anti-Sigma thing.
What outside? An anti-outsider.
Anti-outsider,
Yeah, anybody who's an outsider. Eventually, you find your way to a warehouse where the address leads you to. Inside, you can hear voices, and there's a couple of burly-looking guys standing outside when you walk up.
All right.
They look at you expectantly, as if they're waiting for you to say something.
I've come to watch this meeting of the Sons of Orc.
You're a believer?
Yes. I am.
Welcome, brother. They open up the door, letting you in.
I'll try to.
Okay. You head in. Okay. Inside, you see maybe 50 or so similar fellows. All fairly sizable. They look like labormen. They're all dressed in
I don't see him.
various wolf-like garb.
Yeah.
Okay. And are obvious believers or followers of Ulrich. They proceed to proselytize, debate, discuss, and give speeches about the dangers of outsiders and their influence on Middenheim, and how all such influences need to be purged from Middenheim by any means necessary. And the carnival is a sign of just how bad and how corrupt the government has become, letting all these foreigners onto their lands, taking their jobs, taking their people, taking their women, etc. And they are looking for volunteers. Right, the people that are talking to the crowd are looking for volunteers to take the next step and strike back at the would-be infidels invading the city. Basically, this seems to be a hate cult for anything and everything anti-Ulrich. Okay. From the sounds of it, they are fairly serious and fairly aggressive. And they're discussing, without going into any details as of yet, various plans they have to strike out during Carnival. Now, they're looking at a certain point. They stop after about an hour or two of indoctrination into this, and they call for true believers to step forward and gain the mark of Ulrich as a sign of their belief. And most of the crowd surges forward. A few of them hesitate, and you see at least one or two looking for the door. What are you going to do?
I am going to. What is the mark of Ulrich? What is it?
Not
look
sure.
like?
You want to wait around to find out, or do you want to make a choice?
I'll move forward. I will look for a visible mark.
Okay,
on
so you're going to
anybody.
move forward to volunteer?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so you move forward to volunteer. Those that were looking for the exit, maybe 4 or 5 of them, start heading for the exit. Some of the others that were already here, grab them and lead them outside.
Yeah.
The other ones that are neutral in the situation, sort of after a little bit, they start moving forward as well. The guys up on stage pull out or roll out a large cart or whatever that has a burning brazier filled with coals,
Brandon.
and there's a number of branding irons stuck in it that are all red hot at this point.
Alright.
Are you going to take the Mark of Ulrich?
Yes, because I don't feel like I have much of an option.
Okay.
As
So,
soon as people started hesitating, I knew if he left, he was
points.
going to get killed.
Around it.
yeah. Okay, so they go through. They proceed to brand people. The first 20 or 30 seem thrilled at getting this mark. They're all for it. As it goes further down the line, there's obviously more and more reluctance because they were not quite as quick to volunteer. I'll put you probably in the last 10 to 20 or so, based on how you're reacting. They get to you and they have you kneel in front of the fire. They issue a prayer to Ulrich and have you recite a vow to do anything and everything in your power, even to give your own life, to purge Middenheim of any non-Ulrichian believers and their influence amongst the city. Do you so vow?
Yes.
Okay. They take your word and they emblazon on the inside of your arm, right about here,
Yeah.
a fairly large brand of a wolf's head, right there, and then anoint you as a son of Ulrich and a member of the cult.
We keep getting the collectibles. Every single town we go, someone gets branded.
Right.
Every
Okay.
single town.
He got it in the tender meat too. Like that is.
After a little bit, after it, they put a healing poultice. Looks relatively fresh on the wound, and then they clap everybody on the back and congratulate them and so forth, and say, "Go about your business. Bide your time. When we are ready, the wolf pack will strike.
Understood.
You're called upon to do your duty."
Oh, I think it's the hangover.
This is going to be good.
And maybe 6 or 7 o'clock or so, you're released from the area.
Understood.
Okay.
Before I leave, I'm going to try to find what looks like the leading tactician of the group. Or
Okay.
The
who
leader
would be
doesn't show
the-
up to this. Come on now.
Yeah, there are a couple of people giving the speech and doing the ceremony, but yeah, there doesn't seem to be any high-ranking member
Okay.
per se. Now, those that are there are more than willing to talk to you and discuss and everything, but their basic premise is they've brought you into the cult, they've branded you as a member, and at this point they're sending you back out to spend your life, and the cult will call upon you when necessary to fulfill your vow.
Understood.
This is going to be good.
Okay.
Wait, I am going to try to go to a few of the leading members
Okay.
and sow a rumor that someone by the name of Heinfeld is working to usher outsiders into the city and hide them from the true followers of Ulrich.
Okay. Who's this Heinfeld you speak of,
I have
or do you
heard-
just have a name?
It's a name. It's the woman who player to player is the woman who killed the who ordered the death of my tribe.
Okay.
But I'm just going to state the name.
Okay.
Her name and just try to mark her as a target for the.
Okay. I mean, they listen to the name and so forth. They caution you, gather what information you can, stay in the shadows. When Ulrich needs you, you'll hear the howl.
Understood. And with that, I'll leave.
Okay. You head back. Okay.
That's a lot, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we
So.
don't know about
Wrong thing.
Yeah, they're talking something else apparently. Okay.
Yeah, with that, I'll head back.
Okay. So you guys head back. Meanwhile, what are the rest of you guys doing?
I sent you what else.
I understand that.
So
So you're not part of that.
You
house.
wanna?
So
I didn't have.
I do have a question. When we went to the
No player,
tavern,
player. That's
was-
wow.
how was the condition of the sign on the road? Was it missing? Was it
Which tavern?
the keys, the cross keys tavern?
Is that one of the ones on the road?
No, that
Cross
was the original.
Keys was
The
the-
Cross Keys was the place we were supposed to take
Deliver.
this.
Oh, okay. The place that you were supposed to go to. The building itself was in good condition. I mean,
Yeah.
other than the fact it was boarded up.
Was the sign still there?
Yes.
We need to deliver the empty box.
Yeah. We're.
Were you guys thinking that?
Uh huh.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, we need to act like we're delivering it, and we need to hidey back and watch. Someone needs to hide. I suck.
Thank you.
Wax
Yeah.
seal? Or
I agree.
seal?
Let's.
Yes, there were several
Dump
seals
items
on the
out,
box.
Put the straw back in, right? And
Should we put in items
You don't,
similar, but
unless
not
you
the
have
exact
skills
ones?
I'm not
'Cause, I mean,
aware
we got
of.
the cash to do it.
you probably will
We
not
could
be able
quite
to
easily
recreate them.
replace all of
I'm
these
not saying
things.
recreate them, just seal them.
yeah,
back up.
in
I
and
think
out.
that's a good idea.
In and out.
Because I think there's
Like
some
maybe it melted from some
symbology.
weather. I
as to
know
what's
it
happening.
won't be the same.
Like I said,
And
I
no,
think these might be like
obviously-
It's
nerve
fairly obviously
If we're
been
talking
opened at this
cultists,
point,
though.
given how the wax seals
So-
were broken, the pieces that are missing, etc. It's not. They're not
Or
just torn open. When
bullets
the
and
sealing wax
stuff.
specifically cracks,
Well,
some horse
so that it
apples
can't
and-
do that sort of thing. Now, if you have the ability to create forgeries, etc., perhaps you can recreate them.
it wouldn't
But
be
otherwise,
fair
it's
because-
it's obvious the seals have been opened.
As far as I can
So-
But
tell,
they know we've opened it.
We
They're
don't-
gonna-
no,
we've not
whenever they
known
get there, they know it's been
anything
open.
that
They don't necessarily
the
know we
people that
opened
were
it.
delivering the box
It could have been
to the
opened by
party.
whoever, but we were done waiting.
I mean,
So
sure,
we
the
just
person
dropped
we,
it off.
the place that
We're gonna go out
delivering it
and,
to got
quickly
basically
purchase
closed, but
The
that's
equivalent
it.
of every one of these things.
Okay.
Just, I mean, it's
Oh,
not that hard to
oh, no,
find.
we
There's
can
nothing
find
to
it.
The
do.
best
we-
you, best you
we
can
went
of each of
over
them.
that,
Okay.
from the previous
You
game.
spend 2 silver.
Never
Okay.
figured out why.
And then I will,
Like,
and
those-
then we aren't even. I mean,
Yeah, they
we
were
can try to make it
suspected
look
of
like it wasn't
being,
open, but we aren't
No,
going to
I'm
be
not
like,
even gonna try.
Right.
I understand
So,
that. I
we
I
take
heard all
the
that, but that
letter.
doesn't say why.
Mhm.
throw it
How
inside
did it
the
happen?
box.
Who suspected them? Why?
Put the lid on
what
the
did
box
they do to get
and
that
drop it
suspicion?
off.
Fair.
I'm gonna copy the letter before they start throwing letters in boxes and stuff.
Okay.
You want to just throw in a copy of the letter
Yeah, let's do that.
and keep
Okay.
the original? I mean, I
Yeah,
You,
that-
you
this
can't
has-
you can't make the symbol.
Yeah.
I mean, you
That's
can you
fine.
can sketch it, but you could put whatever and do a copy, but based on your artistic skill, you can't copy it as such.
right, right, right.
Is this a hand drawn thing?
No, it's a
or-
stamp.
It's a stamp. That's where I was going with that. Yeah.
So, do we want to keep the stamp then, or keep the which one are we going to
Well, I
keep?
say we keep the copy and throw the
Okay,
original
that's
in
fine.
there.
We
I am
know
so glad I'm
relatively
doing
enough what it
something
looks like then.
completely different.
Okay.
You okay with that?
So-
Unless you can think of Mr. Smarty Pants a different reason to keep the original.
Kind of want to burn it first.
Hmm?
Kind of want to burn it first, just in case. But
We'll just make a copy then. We'll throw a copy and burn it. If that's gonna.
The reason here's the
Why you
line
want
of
to burn it?
thought.
It's got
Right?
something in there.
The letter says at the sign of the cross keys.
Mhm.
So that doesn't necessarily mean inside the cross keys.
Right.
So we may be able to walk up and dump it outside,
Yep.
or wait and just see if somebody comes up and goes, "Yeah, we're here for that box." And like, all right,
And
here
nobody
we go.
came up when we were standing there with the box. When the first day we got here, we stood by that sign waiting to see if anybody was around. We were there for quite a
Well,
while.
and whoever gets the box is supposed to be paying you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So leave a note. Say, hey, we're up here at the bumbling, whatever.
The bubble and beat.
No, it's the.
So you're going to leave the box and the letter and a note saying, "Please deliver payment over here."
No.
I'll get the payment for it.
room 3.
And we'll do two.
Right, to room 3, and then we're in room 2, and we listen to him kill the people in room 3, and then we're like, yeah, okay, good
Okay.
idea.
So if these are murderers, why would they bother delivering the 100 gold if they already have the box?
Well, if they think they already killed the people, they don't want to go looking for us.
Yes, but why would they care?
Why is it being so cautious?
However
about
you
I
guys
don't know.
want to do it, I don't care. But
I mean,
Sure, the person
My-
who delivering
I
it
would-
to effectively got burned, but
We're
What-
trying to
so-
find cultists, and we're in a hostile city.
what
buildings
signs
are
do
around?
you
Not
have
hostile.
cultists?
It's very friendly.
buildings are
we
around
got like
the
10 letters that say
He
cult.
Around the
saw-
tavern, there
he
was like
saw
a courtyard in the
cultists
front
watching
and a
us.
couple of other buildings.
Those were purple
Yeah, but what type
hands.
of
That's
buildings?
cultists.
cultists.
There is
That's
a
what they-
And now
cobbler.
that you open the letter, we
What?
know
A
that
cobbler?
was being delivered to
Make
a friend
shoes?
of his.
Okay.
We don't
There
know-
is
no.
What
a.
stories is the cobbler? Like one,
we don't know
two-story?
what the thing
All
is.
the buildings
The
are
whole
2 stories.
language of
The
the
shop is at
letter
the bottom. The residence
that-
is above.
It
Okay.
could-
Okay.
It's
The other
designed
one
to-
across the way is
I
a
can't say
basket
that
weaver.
word, but
Let me
to
see
hide
if
the
it's
Can I
intent.
take a look at it?
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
let's put the box outside the sign, and then either pay the wicker basket person or the cobbler that works right next to it 4 times as like tutoring or something like that, and keep an eye on the box while we're doing that. So it looks like we're doing something we're not involved,
Yeah,
and we see who
I'd
picks up
like
the
to
box.
learn how to fix shoes.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
I'm still staying.
Nobody's gonna look at the giant war priest.
Well, don't
It's
wear
not
your armor.
Martog yet, is it?
Huh?
Don't wear your armor or bring your weapons.
Martog's day 4 of the
Are you insane?
Marktog is
we're at the
day
tour
3, I
inside
think it
the
is.
day
top.
3. Okay.
I-
I just don't
I-
want to miss this. So
They're in order. Every day has a
It's not
event,
the
so
house.
I forget which one it is.
Inside the
I just don't
workshop
wanna miss
there,
it.
just
Understood.
be inside.
I'm specifically, I know
And
what
there's
day it is. I'm
windows.
going to make sure I'm there.
Based on the time, what I'm going to do is next time have a list of. I want to have a actual printout for you guys, so you
Okay.
have something directly to reference, and I'll give you a calendar of the whole thing.
Cool. I
Okay.
just was like, I
Because
wanna
there's a
make
lot
sure
of things going on for the next week or
Yeah.
two. What I'm trying to
See what
figure
I'm
out is
saying?
what you
Can
guys
No,
are doing.
I still think this.
Let me see. it.
Because that's his brother-in-law that that we're delivering it to.
7 items which were described some months ago by a member of your society.
Yeah,
Right.
his brother-in-law.
No,
By
society.
a member of your society,
So
which could be the cult. And then it goes on even further. Your society was said to be most desirous of recovery.
and who would want to? Who would
Why
be?
would a society want a bunch
Unless
of
it's
junk?
got, unless it's got a secondary.
It's got a secondary purpose other than
Assuming
being
you're
a
talking
weapon
about the purple
I
hand.
still say there's 7 of us, and they're delivering the 7 of us. That's still what I say.
Assuming you're talking about the purple hand, why were they at the
I mean, I
at
thought that,
Altdorf
but-
watching us if we were going to deliver it to them anyway?
No, not delivered to them.
Or
we were being
one-
delivered
one of
outside
their
of
members.
Altdorf, where we have no connections and no power, and he has connections and power in there.
I'm starting to
Too
look
many threads.
very
Too many
well-
threads.
I'm starting to
Too many
think
threads.
Matt might be
It's not even
correct.
threats. I'm getting frustrated because it's like basic reading comprehension to look at that and go, yeah, they're being very nebulous and obtuse about the purpose of the whole venture.
You know what?
And he's like, no, it's clearly just some shit he's delivering to his friend
You know
for
what?
200 fucking gold.
You know what?
A
you know
bunch
what?
of
Hold
junk
on.
for 200 gold.
100%. Matt's right.
What?
Yeah.
There's
What?
7 of us. These 7 items
How the hell is
have fallen by chance into your hands. He just paid us to deliver ourselves
Ourselves.
to our own death.
Oh god.
I'm not seeing.
I'm
Okay,
I'm
so
agreed with Matt now.
get off my chair.
And then, while there is no charge, please remember this service my family has done for you. I don't know what this. It's got to be
And in case we opened it, he put some junk in there.
right.
To
And the
throw us
letter
off.
would just say, "Hey, 7 items. Oh, cool. We're just delivering 7 pieces of junk to somebody." In all reality, it was the 7. Yeah. It's.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're reading too much into it.
I
Maybe
don't
it's
know,
just
I don't
I'm looking
delivery.
at the items and I just don't see the correlation.
There's no correlation between us and the items. Those items make the letter. If we were to open up the letter and go, "Oh, there's some items that they really wanted," we open it up and we're like, "Oh yeah, there's
Plenty
the
of
items,
information
whatever."
about Cobbler, the
The
Warhammer
items
person.
have no.
Do you have any
correlation
information?
to us.
Like,
He's letting him
when we
know
went by
he's
there,
delivered
Did we like see them?
items that,
Yeah.
that they were
Okay, like-
real interested in
They
finding.
were working. I mean,
Yeah, I
And
know
he's
they were
been
working,
stalking
but I'm
us this
asking,
whole time
like,
since
do they see
the very beginning
like
when.
one? Like I'm
And the
trying to
Inquisition
get
just
like
happened to
a
find the
sense
cult
out of
and
them.
purge it.
If you want me to use an intuition
Before
check,
we
There
go
was
there?
something else going on
open.
there that the
for-
Inquisition found. Had
Oh,
nothing to do
He's
with
that
it.
type
think
of-
From
right
a-
now.
to occupy
I
their
think
shop.
from a larger standpoint,
occupy their shop with
someone's looking
payment,
for us.
of course,
For
but
sure.
like, but who would be more
Yeah,
naturally open
I mean,
with it?
Good
I-
thing.
It's a
too.
gr-
You,
it's a
you don't
good
necessarily
theory.
get a sense of
It's a
either of them. I mean,
solid
being
theory.
Middenheim,
My
probably
issue
neither
is
are going to
that
be interested.
He's new to the party.
Okay, now you
The
pay him
Purple
enough,
Hand doesn't
anybody's
know
going to take
shit
the
about
money.
him. The Purple Hand doesn't really know shit about you.
Right.
There's only 4 members of the
They're
group
overanalyzing
that
this, so
will
I'm just trying to figure out
still
the
part
solution.
that, you know what I'm
It's
saying?
the
There's
fun
only
of
4
this.
of us that have anything to do with the Purple Hand. These 3 are all new characters.
There's something. I mean, I'm not.
It could just be a coincidence.
It could be.
Coincidence.
What is?
Oh no, I still think this is all fucking cultist stuff. This isn't just we're delivering 200 gold worth of junk.
What does Chacum mean?
Pandax.
CHACM. What's Chacum mean? I'm just using the first letter. I have a good deal for Góða.
What?
That's what it is.
I
First
looked
letter of every line.
for
know.
that
There's
stuff.
a flash of red behind you.
Yeah. Just a minute.
Did you,
It's a spell.
on a Matt, because I know Sean point of view, has anybody applied flame or water to the note? And I mean in real life.
No, he wants to.
I've been wanting to do stuff like
Sweaty.
that.
Whatever.
Yeah,
I-
Sean has done it.
I know.
I've done it with this group.
Really?
This group
Yes.
and other campaigns, I've done exactly that. They in the other campaign, they went for a good 3 months with a note that had a
Yep.
secret message in lemon juice on it. Never figured it out, and at the end, they finally talked to an NPC who said, "Well, obviously it's this," and I held it over a candle and showed him the message.
These items do have.
I already smelled it.
I'm breathing.
Believe me.
That'll activate lemon juice as well.
Believe me, between role-playing stuff, Valerie's crafting stuff, and everything else I have, I am not above doing any of that sort of thing.
So
I mean, that's
like,
why we have a wall of props.
I want to make sure I'm not going
with-
beyond.
with the more-
So, like holding it up to a lantern or something, that's acceptable.
Hold it up to a lantern is fine.
Okay.
And like I said, at this point, it's open. You're welcome to use your flashlight if that makes a difference. Because that would represent a lantern.
I'm just looking to see if the open spaces in
the
this
college,
correlate
since there's lore
to
of
this.
heavens and
These
stuff
items
like
do.
that
These
delve
items do
into
relate to our
celestial
characters.
stuff.
No?
Would there be at least some
These items
representation
do
Wow.
relate to our
or
characters.
shadows, which is
I don't
Sure.
see
Can I
any
use
Dagger.
Yeah,
really
yeah.
Gambling.
on this at all.
No.
so
Gauntlet.
You can do further research. The question is your amount of time you have left.
yes,
What?
it's
Why
a
flute?
spell that can
Because
do
you know how to
that
use
get.
flute.
They can contain a
Where
item
am I at?
and get like the emotional
Where's the
Guard,
response
guard and
or
trowel for him.
feeling
From
from the
his
item
relation,
to the
relation to
story.
Shalia.
Okay.
So that's what I would
That would
think
be
with the letter.
Yeah.
Okay,
Take
so
it
guard
to
and trowel
them.
for you.
See what type of story they could
Yeah,
extract
Here's
from
what
the
I
letter.
don't know.
Okay, like
That
an
leaves us
emotion.
with
I'll
wine.
figure out the exact spell.
Okay,
it's
but the point is, it would take time to arrange that sort of reading.
You can't.
Which would leave
And the
him
question
with
is, how
the
long
wine
do you
with him.
guys want to spend on that versus whatever
What?
You
else?
can reason out all of them. It's not. There's no wine. It's just it's something
Yeah.
that would hold wine, or you know,
Right.
The
Oh.
wine cup.
there's all of them. We could reason out something for each one of those, but him. His character doesn't have anything in there that really makes
Well, he is
sense.
the newest
See your
one.
response with the
Mine
with
doesn't.
He and I are the same. Came at the same time.
No,
different
he's
help,
an
because it's
engineer.
like, yeah, go talk to the Grand
He came in.
Theologians.
I
Yeah.
came at the same time.
I came in at the
And
same
it's
time
like-
as you.
Oh, that's
They
right.
just say,
Yeah.
"Blue,"
Oh, that's
he
right.
died.
or
I came
anything
in
like
at the same
that.
time as
So,
DG.
The
See,
wine,
he is
the wine glass could
I'm just
fit
like,
his elf.
It
Possibly.
could have, yes.
Well, and you guys are accurate. Like Matt said, the Grand Theogenist you saw traveling south.
yeah, so
Very specific.
why would they tell me to talk to him if they know it's not capable of?
Well, it would have been at least a week before he got to Altdorf, if that's where he was even going.
Yeah.
Anybody from Altdorf wouldn't know where he is, other than presumably up here.
Yeah, you're right with that.
I only watch where they're at after they
Big
shut the curtain.
brain. This is a
Until
lot
I
of big
see-
brain
They,
plays.
you see them close the curtain every now and then. You see some light, like a candle or a lantern being moved around. Maybe
Nope.
maybe like a cell phone, but other than that, no. They seem to be in the room still at this point.
Nobody has made any actions towards him.
Nothing that you can tell. Again, there's dozens, if not hundreds, of people.
It
on
would
this
have
trip.
had to have been
Box
a
office is better
orchestrated
than
like
Right. There's no
movie.
obvious
It is.
group heading for the
Any
tavern or
cultists
anything
I
show
like
head
up
that.
back to
in-
my.
I
Actually,
mean-
I want to go to the Elephant Place before I go back to that
Any
building.
cultists?
Ha, ha,
or-
ha.
They plan on going to Dropbox
follow them
area.
wherever
I
they
don't
go.
know that, but that's where I'm sleeping at night.
I mean, they
so.
managed to keep out
Okay.
of our.
Now you do know that with patrols and everything, you probably will not be able to get sleep at that little bitty park. They patrol it specifically so that.
Find him.
The house is what I'm talking about. The place.
The
Oh,
Elven
okay, yeah,
Tavern.
that's fine.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Not the inn. The inn is where I'm going to go.
Right, you're going to the
relax.
locksmith shop to
Yes.
to
No,
squat
the,
for the night.
Yep.
The moonshine place. The moon.
Right. He.
The cross.
That's
Shiny
where
moon.
that's where you left him. Yes.
Yes.
That's not where he's planning to go.
just not seeing anything on here.
Wow.
And thus my master plan of 20 or 30 years of GMing has come full circle.
20 or 30, come on now.
I've been GMing since I was 9.
I know. You better add
40.
another. There you go.
40 years of GMing has come full circle that I can cause the group to think to this level of extent of, well, where's the secret?
Right.
It's gonna be funny if that actually worked.
Well, the worst part is that I have so many documents. He could have done something like that on one of the other documents, and we've never considered
If that
tweeting.
works.
We just start a bonfire and we get like the answer to everything.
Well, and that's why we had that one game where they had the secret note. They gave it to the villain, and the villain put it in the fire.
You
Yeah.
dumbasses. I was the youngest guy there by far, right? All these guys are 17, 18 years old. I'm like 15.
Oh, that's mine.
And they're like, all right. And I think it was you who was talking to the shopkeep that we were accusing of like all this corrupt shit. And we got this letter. And I've been telling this story for 30 years.
Yeah, correct.
They tell this, we have this letter. It's,
It's the proof.
Incriminating as hell. Really? Let me see that. And I'm like, no, don't. And you just handed it to him. And I'm like, no. And he just gets up, walks over, and throws it in the fucking fire. I'm like, looking at the table, and you guys are all like Pikachu face. And I'm just sitting there like, you stupid sons of... Because I saw the fire when we walked in. I was like, that's a thing.
I don't
There's a
remember that.
fireplace going today.
Wait, there was a fireplace inside?
It was beautiful.
Like in the room?
No,
Sean was
my,
like-
my parents were watching TV. They had a fireplace going. We were playing the game in the dining room. And at this point, they gave me the evidence as the prop. And so I just walked over there and put it in the fire. Walked back to the table and said, what evidence do you have?
And now, mind you, this guy's standing there with like these two knights on either side of him, fully geared out in AT-20 and all this, and we're just like low-level Rolemaster characters.
Yeah, but,
And
but the part is the entire group was in such shock. They didn't know what I was doing until it was well done.
No. Don't say the group, because there
Okay.
was one guy who knew. I was screaming the whole time, no,
If that would have
don't
happened to me,
do
I would
it."
have laughed so hard. But
Fuck me.
Any leads with the letter?
I don't remember.
Seriously, I've been telling that fucking story since I
Okay.
was...
So,
Yeah, it's
as
talking
far
about us.
as far as information, what I will do, we're going to wrap up at this point because it's a little bit after 10. Okay? But, first off, you check around. Nobody is willing to either A, hire you currently or really even talk to you currently because everything's focused on Carnival.
Okay.
Okay? Now, that being said, if you are concerned about experimenting with these notes, letters, etc., you have until the next session to do whatever you wish to them. Okay?
You got a homework assignment.
If you're going to do something destructive, I'd suggest maybe actually write down a copy of it so you have the text.
Take a picture of it.
But
Homework assignment. Do everything possible to the letter.
you are free to do whatever you want and decipher
We
anything
want
you
the
can.
ashes left by the next game
What's
session.
the point? Seemingly, we have what it's talking about.
What I'm going to
Seemingly.
find out is that there was lemon juice on that, but it just got all screwed up because it put
I just
condensation all
went,
over
yeah,
it.
now it just says warp.
Whoa, 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 all right.
As Matt said, I am fully capable of adding that sort of information.
Fuck, I hate you did a cipher to us one time. And
Yeah. No, that was the worst game. No, that was the worst campaign I've ever played in. It was great, both glorious and horrible. God.
The cipher for the Lost Pyramid.
That's what I'm
Desolation of
talking about.
Desolation.
God, that was horrid.
That is such an awesome system though, because you get the key, and yes, the first couple of times it's painful to decipher.
Yes.
But because it's very short pieces. But after a couple of sessions, Joel was doing the deciphering.
Yes, he was.
Same thing I had. After you do it a few times, you can read the
Read it.
text.
Yep.
He didn't have to decipher it anymore. He could take the note and literally just read it. Nobody else could
But the
because
first
they weren't
time,
studying it.
we spent hours
Well, no.
upon
a whole,
No.
hours.
No,
like 10 or 11 hour game session, there's a bunch of nerds sitting around, not me, all you fucking
No,
people are smarter than I am, and just sitting there trying to figure this out. All of us standing over this, going, "All right, I think the A is actually an X, and this 1 is actually a 9."
There was one I went a little overboard where I gave you a 1-page code with no key, and the group spent 4 hours deciphering it successfully.
Yeah.
To their credit, they did it, but the 1 or 2 people there that were there for combat were bored out of their minds.
Yes.
Okay, but the Desert of Desolation is awesome because the translations are all relatively short, and there's always somebody who wants to do the translations. As soon as they do so, the early ones are not really critical to what you're doing, so you can go on without it while they sort of work on it. But after a while, since you can read it directly, it really doesn't slow anything down. You just got to get that player to come over and translate it.
Joel, you guys said you had somebody that would sleep. That was our Joel.
Yeah.
We'd be like, "Hey,
So-
Joel, what?" There was
Okay.
one game session where we woke Joel up to act, and he attacked the ally of the party member of the party. We had one ally that was out there. I shoot him. Dude.
That's Keith in our other game.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right now,
I wake up.
Bad time
Magic
for me.
missile.
yeah.
Oh,
right now it's a
yeah.
bad time for me. I got
He's facing
my
a dragon.
champion is about sad days. I'm not making a new character because I'm not jinxing him, but I needed to be able to turn into werewolf form at this point. I need that thing to not work, and then
Dwarf popped in there. See what they say.
yeah.
So,
Dispel
okay, like I said, you can do whatever experimentation you want with the note. Try to figure out
You
any
guys
of the
come up with
mysteries
ideas,
of it.
send them to
Do me a favor, take pictures of them and just
I will.
send them all to my phone,
Okay.
so I can sit there at work for the next week and
And
that's what I'm
overthink
working
it?
on because my partner came back to work, so
Do you have a job?
I don't know.
Ah,
Feel free to talk with other people
dude, I'm
at the
getting
tavern.
pissed for you.
Yeah, I'm kind of.
Feel free to talk to other people at the tavern, i.e., any coworkers, etc. They're welcome to throw out ideas too.
Sounds good.
If you want to share, just let me know if you tell other people quote in the thing, because maybe they're cultists too.
I'm